This is Arya. She's my kitty. She's a little sweetheart. She's adorable. I might be biased, but I think I got like one of the cutest cats ever. Yeah, she's adorable. But yeah, now come on, gotta run along, kitty. Here you are. Alrighty. Well, yeah, the first few people got to see my cat. But yeah, I had to grab water. The high quality H2O. Holy crap, we got a few people in here. Hey, Tom's up in here. Kimbo311, what's good, man? How's it going? Superior Genesis. Take that name for sure. Let's see. Phantom Cerberus. That's a sick name for sure. What's up? Just chilling, you know. I slept in a lot today. Because I've just been like adulting and grinding a lot. I mean, that's how it usually goes, you know, on the average. But I've just been like, I was tired, especially working late last night. I slept for like 10 hours. Like I was on Discord for a little bit. You know, I pop into my server. I do. You know, it's just usually late at night because that's when I have off work or such. But I fell asleep like 3 in the morning, and then I didn't wake up until like 1 in the afternoon. I'm like, I just like slept forever. But yeah, you know, I guess just tired. Sometimes you gotta take breaks, man. And I'm a workaholic. It just happens. You want more pets? She probably wants more pets. But yeah, let's see. Finally, can we start the Q&A? Well, I mean, it's going the entire time. You already know. So we're just going to sit here and talk about anything. So, yeah, you know, open the Q&A up to you guys. The one thing I'll say is I really want to see questions that I haven't seen like a ton before, like what's my favorite Beyblade or any questions like that. Like definitely sit and think about some big time questions. Yeah, because those are the ones that are really really fun to answer. But yeah, it doesn't have to be just like Beyblade or Bakugan related. Like I'm a big time Pokemon fan. I like Zelda a lot too. You know, even just talking some animes. I still gotta watch freaking Yashahime. I've just been so busy and haven't had a chance to. But yeah, Inuyasha's my favorite anime, and I'm like I gotta watch the sequel. Which speaking of which, well, you guys know I got a haircut. I found this at GameStop. Actually, when I went Bakubei hunting, after I went Bakubei hunting, I stopped. There's a store called Shoe Department. You know, it's where you can get shoes. And my friend actually works there. You know, he's one of the managers. So I popped in and saw him. But then I went to GameStop and they had this freaking snapback, man. And it just has all the characters on it. It's so, so sick. But, yeah. What the heck? We just started. uh, you got me shook, and it's been not even 4 minutes. It hasn't even been 4 minutes yet. Come on. Oh, man. Kimbo311. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the donation. Holy crap. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Okay. Okay. Anyways, let's get back into it. I'm shook. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. Oh, it's my favorite TJ make come burst my boy up in here. What's good, man? Um, there's so many. Like I'm that person that's like, yeah, like I don't have just one favorite. I have like so many favorites. If I met the series creator, composition, screenwriter of Beyblade Burst, Hideki Sanada, what would I want to ask him? I'd ask him one question, and it would be why the hell didn't you make season 7? It's honestly the one question that I would ask him, you know. I'd admire like, you know, just his skills in general to be behind like such a huge company and like, you know, be like the screenwriter and be behind all the composition and everything and all the story and everything. Just why wasn't there a season 7? Like that's the one thing I would ask, honestly. My favorite boss in Breath of the Wild. That's a good one. Honestly, I'd say probably the Lionels because all the Lionels like they had such awesome gear. Like some of the bows being able to shoot like 5 arrows at once. Like holy hell, these things are crazy. And just like even like the Lionel axe that you get. But they're just so tough to take down, man. Like honestly, besides Ganon, like Calamity Ganon itself. I mean, Dark Beast Ganon wasn't even that hard to beat, but like Calamity Ganon not even being that bad itself, except Master Mode when it regens. Um, Still, like I'd say the Lionels are the toughest thing to take down, especially the Gold Lionels. Oh my gosh, dude! It's like one swing. Like it takes so long just to take them down, but then they hit you with one big swing and you're done. It's like really, man. Yeah. Let's see. What's what the dog doing? Oh, my dog. Well, my dogs are downstairs. But what's up, Yoshi? Your favorite Beyblade's Genesis Veltric? Nice. And oh my god, dude, what is going on? Oh my god, y'all got me shook already. You guys are the goats. Holy crap! Thank you so much. T Flame popping up now. Fue Coco and Lechonk. Yeah, Fue Coco. I like all the starters for sure. I'm hyped for Sprigatito, mainly because, like, well, Grass Kitty, and also when I was watching the direct, this one showed up in my windowsill because she like showing up there big time, and was like kind of watching the direct with me, and then a Grass Cat showed up. I'm like, you did this, you brought this luck, but yeah, it's not often where I go for the over here, Kitty, I love you, but it's not often that I pick like anything besides the fire starter. I'll mainly choose like the fire starter, but Sprigatito, yeah, I had to go grass, big time, man. Let's see here. Unpopular opinion: Shu would beat Free. Hey, everybody has their opinions, Jesus, but honestly, if you look at just like the statistics of how they been whenever they faced each other, at first, uh, let's see. Oh, Shu would beat Free. Yeah, no, that's not an unpopular opinion, honestly. I'd say the same thing. Um Free beat Shu at the beginning of like God of Revolution, but since then, after going through the Requiem project and everything, don't get me wrong, Free's gotten stronger, and y'all already know Free's the boy. He's the boy. Um One of my favorite characters for sure, but so is Shu. In a 1v1 full power, I see Shu getting the win. And the last time they faced off was a literal tag team battle that still makes me so upset that it's the last battle we ever saw with those two, and it lasted literally 5 seconds with a KO. Spriggan sent Fafnir out of the stadium, and that was it. I'm like, come on. But yeah, let's see here. My favorite Pokemon. I have favorites from each gen. Um, it may take me a little bit to get through you guys' questions too, but I'm gonna try my best. And I gotta really think. Like I said, y'all, I really wanted you to give me questions that made me think, and for sure. Let's see. Gen 1, Dragonite. Gen 2, Typhlosion. Gen 3, frick. That's so tough. That's so tough. Maybe Salamence or Garchomp. No, not Garchomp. Salamence or Tropius. Uh, Gen 4, either Lucario or Garchomp, probably. Gen 5, Hydreigon. Gen 6, Gudra. Second would be like Tyrantrum was my favorite fossil Pokemon too. Gen 7 with a Lolacomo. Gen 8, let's see, Galar. That's tough. Dragapult's really cool. It is really cool. And Gen 9 right now, I don't know. I don't know. I'm loving how the dragon legends are looking. I'm guessing they're dragons. They look like dragons, like a futuristic dragon and then like a prehistoric dragon. But yeah, I'd say those are my favorites. Um, why do I choose to only show Beyblade and Bakugan on my channel and not Pokemon? Do I prefer Beyblade and Bakugan more? I just like, keeping the theme for the channel being Beyblade and Bakugan content. My kitty's jumping up in the setup. But Beyblade and Bakugan content, at least on like this channel. I show off some like tech deck stuff too, because I've played with tech decks for a long time. I thought about doing like, I don't know, like tutorial videos for it, because just I could do like all kinds of flips, like kick flips, heel flips, hard flips, all that good stuff, pop shove it's, you know. I've made like a few videos on tech decks, but I'm like nothing like too crazy. But I always thought about making like a second channel like for gaming and stuff, because I do enjoy playing a lot of games and such, especially like Zelda, Pokemon. Playing those on the regular. I play a lot of Animal Crossing too. My girlfriend got me into it big time, and I play a lot of Animal Crossing. I'm addicted. Um, yeah, it's just mainly like also like YouTube and also working a job, not having the time to really do a second channel, even though I really wanted to. Like in the future, I definitely would love to. Just right now, just so much going on. Even just running one and putting out stuff daily takes a lot of energy, even with coming in with the hype energy. But yeah, let's see. Favorite system for Burst. That's tough. I really enjoyed Super King with like the double chassis and everything. It was definitely really sick. Like just so innovative. Like, at first it's like, what the hell? Like chassis. Like it was like so different to us when we first saw it, but then it's like this is actually crazy. It makes the base incredibly powerful. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the DB format for sure, but just the chassis with Super King, oh man. Like there's potential to even go further with it for sure. They could have made like all kinds of different chassis. Um, let's see here. Make a discussion video about Astro's Fries and it sucks. Well, I'm not gonna make a video just roasting a bay. My kitty going up on the setup. Oh, there we go. I'll just pet her. Let's see. I'll try to show her off. If not, then I'm just petting my cat. But yeah, I'm not one to sit there and like fully like roast a bay or anything. I try to be optimistic, like constructive with things, because obviously doing like Hasbro reviews, there's a lot of points where I'm just like, oh man, we took away this gimmick or saying this and that, like, but also saying like the things that seems like we're good with the bay. Like if the bay has good slopes, if it seems like it has good attack, has decent burst resistance, all that good stuff. I try to be optimistic with it. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'll try to get Astro Surprise whenever it comes out, and like do a review on it, all that good stuff. But let's see. Would I ever do Pokemon openings on the channel? So when? I don't know. Like I'd probably do that on like a second channel, like a gaming channel or something, because I probably play a lot of Pokemon. Probably do like Pokemon openings and stuff there. And plus, I mean, just Beyblade and Bakugan in general, like hitting the wallet so much, it's like getting into Pokemon cards will be like, oh my god, because there's so many different waves. Like even with Bakugan, it's like holy crap, getting like a bunch of cards whenever we could get them. Whenever we can get them. Like Pokemon just has so many different just waves of the TCG, and they're consistent with it, and they put out on a consistent basis, and it's just like, let's see. If you were near my house, you would 1v1 me in Beyblade. Hey, I'd be honored to face you, man, for sure. How would I write season 7 if I had a chance to? I would do like, the top 15 bladers that they had in the manga around the table. Anybody who doesn't know, there's a scene in the manga where they're all around the table in season 5. It was literally like all the protagonists. So Vault, Iga, Drum, Hikaru, Hyuga, well, before Bell. Um, I'd have all the protagonists in it. I'd include Bell with it, of course. And then I literally have the top 15 from that because that was a solid roster and list. So it was like Shu, Free, Louie, Fi, Gwen, Delta, Zack, Dinah, Wakia, Rantaro, Ranjiro. I think I got everybody. But then on top of that, add in characters like Lane, um, you know, like all these bladers. And I would do like a similar thing to how they did Metal Fury. Like they're seen as absolute legends at this point. And you have power from the heavens coming down and making them all stronger because there was a convincing story with that. If we got that similar kind of route, I would have believed it, you know. But literally something like that where they're all full-fledged legends. But then like there's an ancient evil that's awakening and kind of that same build up, And then how would that power get to Earth? Like none other than Theodore Glass. Like, that man made the Requiem Project. He put Shu through hell. He made the Snake Pit. Imagine that man's brains. And then also like Eval, because then you'd get the full story of what happened to Eval. He vanished after season 3. He becomes a part of this too, because he always seemed indifferent, but still really fascinated by the power of Base. So those two maniacs working together. And then you get the Remnants of Hell, season 4. Um, with Arthur returning, because Arthur is still a character that was hated big time. Like everybody else turned good. Like Gwen turned good. Blind or Blind turned good. But Arthur never did. So have him be a part of that. Imagine that group itself. Like just those 3 nut jobs working together, and then they have like an ultimate blader show up that's got the power that's even stronger than all the other legends. Then they kind of do the same thing, like a similar thing, like sucker them into the snake pit, all these battles and stuff. It would have made full sense. Even if they went down like a similar path to that, like how they did Metal Fury, I wouldn't have been mad because that would have at least been like a great conclusion that would have tied everything together. All the questions we had about the show or the anime or anything would have been tied together, would have been answered. Then it would have been like, I even said it with like my theory videos, like the build up for this. We see even like characters like Shu, Free, Louis, Phi, Gwen, Delta, etc. fall to this blader because he's that strong. He's that overwhelming strength, like the Raga would burst. And then we get a similar build up, except it's with like the protagonists are all the ones left. Either they all work together with the power of everybody on the planet in order to stop this evil, or they fall one by one. So you have Bell go down. I'd say like Hikaru and Hyuga both go down after a crazy fight. Drum go down. Even Iga go down. And then the one that takes it all being Vault, if they had to choose only one, because he was there throughout the entire series. Every season at least we saw Vault. Even with the last season, we didn't see the other protagonist. You know. And then the Wonder Boy Volturi coming in clutch one more time. And then that being how they end off the show. That's how I would make a season 7 to end it off. But yeah, that's at least how I would have done it. And I think that would have been like a crazy ending. Like we would have been sad at the end, but at least we would have had one more season and it tied everything together. But let's see here. Bring back the boy series. Nah, I don't really do those anymore because I don't like ranting about like a bunch of stuff like I used to. But I'm like, nah, I'm not much of a ranter. But yeah, come on, kitty. All right, I love her. She's just getting into everything. She's a curious little cat. Come on. She likes just jumping and getting on everything. She knocked a bunch of my sleeves over, but it happens. No, kitty. Come on. She's a little wild child. You're awesome. I appreciate it. Kanye North. Oh, that name is that name's awesome. Let's see here. I don't know either. I don't know why did Hideki make that decision. I don't know, man. But it is what it is. But yeah. Let's see. Do I watch Stranger Things? I don't. What's up, Felix? So have I thought about the gaming channel? I have. Fluffy Kitty, yeah. Oh, she's just laying down. She's adorable. Ow. So she's clawing. Hey, don't claw at my shorts. That hurts. Let's see here. So frustrating because Hideki's the one that controls the series and he makes all the decisions, and it's frustrating because when you look at the finale of the manga, it went all the way back. Oh yeah, for sure. My favorite anime, Inuyasha. Let's see here. What's up? Yo, what's up, Dubs? How you doing? Let's see here. My types of Beyblade. I have. What do you mean? I don't understand, boy. How are the skits? They're pretty good. I mean, up to episode 30 right now, so you know. Oh, I think she's passed out. Sweet little kitty. But yeah, I'm up to 30. I've been mainly just doing like a transition because I like I like tying the different series together. So like how, like what TT and Hasbro don't do with the series, so it ties together to my previous skits. So like, the MFB skits and the Zero G skits, these skits are in the same world, it's just way in the future, you know. And the whole theme for it is, of course, time and such, and the pieces to the puzzle. So it's like a giant puzzle, but then every episode being a piece that's added to it because it's massive for sure. Um, yeah, let's see. Do I have any anime recommendations? Well, I'd say if you haven't seen Inuyasha, definitely Inuyasha. Ow, kitty. My goodness. She's clawing big time. All right. I'll be right back, guys. I love her, but she's just a mischievous little kitty. All right. All right. She's a sweetie. She just gets real comfortable and starts clawing. And it was starting to hurt. I'm like, ah. But yeah, I'd say if you haven't seen Inuyasha, definitely watch Inuyasha. Let's see here. By gone, I mean 3 years now. Well, I appreciate you coming back, man. It means a lot. Um, Favorite Pokemon, I did say that before. I did that. Yeah, I did say that before. There you go. From real, do a dab. I mean, I could just boom. What would my reaction be if they put chassis on DB bays instead of Super King bays? I mean, I wouldn't even be upset. Like, well, I mean, in general, like the chassis gimmick for the Super King bays was really sick and it makes them strong. But just the DB format, the bays are so balanced out. Like they're so balanced that you could even put older drivers with the bays and it switches up like how good they are. You have some older drivers that actually make some pretty decent combos with DB parts. But yeah, let's see. If I ever got a chance, I would wait. If I ever get a chance, highly recommend doing some experiments with liner. Hypersphere has amazing springs and LAD with Hasbro Vanish. It could spin steel. Yeah, I mean, you'll see with the skits. You'll see with the skits. That's all I'll say. I'm not one to spoil things, but you'll definitely see. Let's see here. Let's see here. What's up, Luca? How's it going? Trying to get him to read my. I'm reading. I'll see it. Let's see here. Theodore being the Rago burst, at least being behind him for sure. Um, let's see here. Northern Minor name James. No, not you. E. What's good, man? How you doing? Have you seen Evil Dead the game? It's fun and scary game. You could play your boy Ash Williams, and the gameplay is smooth. I haven't. Let's see here. Are Beyblades worth buying nowadays? Oh yeah, like the DB bays. Oh my goodness, they hit like trucks for sure. Like they have some crazy defense, stamina, and the meta in general is just really, really balanced out when it comes to DB. There aren't too many like bad parts. Obviously you got things like Divine, which Divine, cool design, but just not really much attack for it. Like obviously attacking, well, obviously like Savior and Guilty would be better for attack for it. But yeah, let's see. I don't have much time, but since I was streaming here to say I love your content, say hi. Yo, Bega, Beyblade Galaxy showing up. My dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate you stopping by, man. I mean, if you don't know who Bega is or Beyblade Galaxy, go show him some love, man. He's been making content for a long time and getting that love that he deserves, man. Vi couldn't be evil in season 7 because I guess he changed in the finale of Chozy. Yeah, he wouldn't have been evil in season 7. He definitely changed. Um, but yeah, like just even in general, like a new character coming in, just pull the lane with them. How do I deal with burnout? I pace myself. I know it's crazy saying that because I put out videos like every day. I just have certain things planned, and I just think like ahead, like okay. Sometimes it's like something might even arrive that day. It's like okay, what time do I have? I'll sit and I'll just film this. Give myself a little bit of time, pace myself with it. Um, because sometimes it gets tough to balance like even putting out videos on the regular and then also working. Sometimes just working earlier, so I wake up earlier in order to get videos out, and then go to work my job, and then I used to be able to come back here and just crank big time. Lately, I've just been like just going to bed because it's been tiring. Sometimes it gets tiring working, but yeah, just in general, pace yourself. That's like the best thing I'd say for avoiding like just having big time burnouts. Sometimes it's like you gotta take a break day. Like today was a break day for me, even though I still filmed, like put out like 3 videos. I chilled a lot today. Honestly, I'll say I might as well. I'm not done with the giant battles that I've been doing, like the gen comparison battles. Well, the rage that I got recently, which I still am mind blown that I actually got the rare chassis version. That was not planned at all. That was like genuine, like holy crap. Like all of them have been that way. So yeah, it's just crazy luck. But Rage was included with DB, and I only had like one Rage that I kept stock because making some for like the team battles and such. So I got like one more, and now having that Rage with it, I got all the bays for Super King and also DB, and I'm gonna include the modded Ifrit with it too, because it's up there on level with like the other bays, which I'm glad. Had to give props to Ilya, but I was gonna do the giant gen comparison battle with Super King and DB today, but it was really rainy outside. But I'm gonna put it out tomorrow. I'm gonna make it tomorrow, and it should be out then, So look forward to another big time like Gen comparison battle. You know that one's going to be intense because Super King and DB both have really powerful bays. It's going to be an intense. I'm going to have a lot of fun doing it for sure, man. It's going to be wild. But yeah, I just say pace yourself. That's the big thing to avoid burnout. Let's see. I feel like the cat will bite my lap if I don't let go. Oh, I wasn't even holding her. Like she was just like laying there. She's like, I'm loving this. This is awesome. But then she like claws too at some points, and I'm like, ah. But yeah, Cloud Nine. I appreciate it. I've got a girlfriend. Let's see here. What should I call my new set of custom bays known as the Kingdom bays? I don't know. You could just call them in general. You could just call them like the Kingdom bays. Like call them a group. Let's see here. Thoughts on the Hello Kitty Bay. Um, if they give it like a new exclusive art, that'll be cool. I know people like there's a like rumor thing like Quattro Dash or something, and I wouldn't mind it at all. Literally at this point, like we got high extend plus dash, we got like metal, we got metal drift, we got like metal bearing drift coming or bearing whatever it is, the drift with the bearings in it coming at this point, like make a dash whatever, metal whatever, honestly, because some of the crazy stand-on LAD drivers have like dash or metal versions. So, at this point, just go nuts. But if they made Quattro Dash, I'd say that would be the most diverse driver in the game because Quattro in general makes Astro Spriggan that much more dangerous, man. It's got all the different modes that you can have with it. And Quattro in general, 4 different modes that are all really effective with what they do. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind Quattro Dash, but I mean, I don't mind it. Overall, it's just like a cool little promotional thing. And when it comes to like the gen comparison, I'm gonna have like BU, like DB versus BU. I'm not gonna include them in the same category because it's technically season 6 and 7. If I get the Hello Kitty Bay, I'm probably gonna I'm just gonna put it as one of the bays for it, like Astro Hello Kitty. I mean, that's what it would technically be called, right? Because it's got the chip on it. But yeah. Let's see here. Thoughts on single-headed Hydronoids selling for 500, 600. Dude, that's insane, man. Like the single-headed Hydronoid is rare. It's just insane. Like half a grand for that. Wild. When's my next skit? Not too sure. I got to sort through the base. I do have a few days off after tomorrow, so it could be within the next few days for sure. Like I said, I usually go like day by day. Like, what am I feeling today? What's gonna go on? Like, we're gonna go on with the skits. Do I have any like team battles or anything to do? And I got the team battles all caught up. I've got like maybe one more to do. But I'm gonna wait a little bit for that one. But yeah, let's see. Was my reaction season 7 comes out and Valkyrie talks to Vault once again and Vault wields the sword of Valkyrie? What's my reaction? I mean, if they made a season 7, that would be cool. But sadly at this point, it's definitely not gonna happen. And I know the whole theme of like Valkyrie talking to Vault probably have a scene like that with like the build up I said for my view on season 7. If it was a build up like that, that would be the moment where Vault would talk to Valkyrie, and then they'd have the true bond of everybody on the planet, and then we'd see like all the different bladers behind Vault, kind of like how it was with Jinga, in Metal Fury, because that buildup was crazy, man. Like for real. Yeah, something like that. Let's see what I do for work. It's a little personal, but I make food. I'll just leave it at that. You know. So there's points where people even like cuss you out over a cup of ranch, and you know, that's always fun. But yeah. Let's see here. Do I think Hasbro's saving the gears for Destruction Bellfire for Pro Series if they do make Quad Drive in Pro Series? Maybe. Like probably all the different gimmicks like that. Like yeah, the gears and everything, probably saving it for like a pro version. Yeah. I really hope they just like do Surge Bit. Like they're it's cool that they're doing, the Pro Series versions and we're up to Rise. I hope they're actually gonna go into like Surge territories. Yeah, like Super King or Surge territory. Because getting those bays with the chassis and such as pro versions would be really, really awesome. But yeah, let's see. Let's see, Beyblade Skittles Multiverse of Kim Bones. Let's see here. Would I go to any LAN event in the future if they had one? I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe I might. Let's see. The skit series kind of reminds me of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Oh, this one right here. Yeah, a little bit. It's gonna be a lot of different things that that come into it. I got a lot of different inspirations for things. Just know you'll probably see like what all of them are over time. And my kitty's back in here. All right, miss. You can't go up on the setup, but I'll pet you because I love you. But don't scratch me. Or like don't claw me. She just likes clawing when she gets really excited. But yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of different things that like inspired the skits already, and it'll show over time because I'm really excited. I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this series. It's gonna be really, really fun. Even just doing like the transition. I know there's been a lot of bays that haven't been like burst bays with the transition, but it's been a transition into this story because there's gonna be a lot of episodes with this. In general, Burst is a bigger series than MFB was, and I made MFB go for 300 episodes, so Burst is gonna go for a while. Just planting the seeds for all the stuff, and plus testing out some new things with this because there were bays that clearly wouldn't have been like real wild in the skits, and also ones I didn't have before. But with these skits, it's going to be really interesting just seeing how it goes. Because just the level that these bays are also compared to the burst, it's going to be a lot of fun. I've done a couple little teaser battles so far with the skits, but yeah, I'm not going to give away too much. I have a lot of plans for sure. But yeah, she's purring up a storm. You guys hear her? Oh man. But let's see here. Yo, Knight, what's good, man? I'm glad you stopped by. I'm glad you're up in here. To be honest, I thought Ilya is gonna be a stubborn blader because her first picture in the manga until I saw her character. I like her. Yeah, I mean, just the fact that they made a female blader with her own exclusive bay is really, really sick. That's one thing I always wanted to see. The only thing that drives me nuts is one that TT never even made Magma Eve for it. Like they had a perfect time, even just put in a random booster, you know? Like the actual like TT level like weighted parts and everything with the gimmick would have been awesome to see. But it ended up being a Hasbro exclusive, and then Hasbro did it dirty by making it one of the bays that bursts the easiest. And I'm like, come on, man. It literally made me mad. So that's why I made my modded version that I've had step up to all these bays because it's pretty strong. It showed, man. It won a good amount of battles. Like it shows it's just even at the level of the other DB bays. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who's seen it. Well, I might as well say it. Like taking out Savior and then also like taking attacks from like Roar. It's not easy to do. Finally being at that level where she gets her true props. That's why I had to do that mod. And I'm glad at least with like the quad drive format that we can put the metal armors in them and like upgrade them that way. But yeah, let's see. No, Cloud9. I am not. Um, let's see here. Hello Kitty was the Rago of this was the Rago of the series all along. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. Let's see. I love how Hello Kitty is its own core instead of just a recolor. Yeah, that's true. Love everything about you. Well, I appreciate it. Let's see here. Do you think Hasbro is saving the Gears for Destruction Bellfire for Pro Series? Oh my goodness, what are you doing? Look at this curious one right here. What are you doing? Look, now you're stuck. Now you're waving. Not with my hand back and forth. Not with my hand. Oh goodness. Um, let's see. Do I think Hasbro's saving the Gears for Destruction Bellfire? Oh, I read that one already. Well, let's see here. Have I seen the TT video on Gatling? I have. I checked it out. It's gonna be a bound attacker like how Valkyrie is, except it's gonna have like three teeth. From what it looks like, it's gonna have three teeth instead of just like the regular two that Valkyrie has. So that means it's gonna be even more effective for defense, for a lot of bays, even not having like a dash driver with it, because having those three teeth with it. So I definitely see that core being strong. Let's see. Did I know that the Beyblade Burst manga is restricted where Free stuck the middle finger and she was actually bleeding in the scar? Yeah, like I saw the manga clip for that where Louis sent Storm Spriggan back, or was it the original Spriggan? One of the two. But and it actually like cut Shu's eye. Like that's why he has the scar for anybody who doesn't know. Like they just showed it big time in the manga. But that's why Louis had, not Louis, why Shu always had the scar over his eye because of that moment, man. Like it's that's crazy. And then to think like Shu ended up getting his payback when he turned into the ultimate evil for the second season. He got that ultimate power he wanted, and then he destroyed Nightmare. It was crazy, man. Um, let's see here. Have I ever wondered why Valtryek never talked at the end of season 2 and then not talked in the other seasons? Mainly because they were focusing on, I'm guessing, the other characters and stuff. But also, I mean, they had Drum. Yeah, they had Dragon talk to Drum. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, well, was just established as a legend, so maybe they felt like they didn't have to focus on him like with that aspect as much anymore. But I guess it's understandable. Cats are nice. They are nice, man. They're weird sometimes. When they like stretch their leg out to like clean themselves and stuff. Like they stretch their leg like way out. I don't know. It freaks me out. Like even when she does it, I'm just like, what in the world? Like a rubber band or something. Oh my goodness. All right, but let's see here. We need a BU Hades. Oh, I would love to see them do Hades, man. Like having that heavy weight and the balance and the attacks of it. Like Hades in general is still so strong. I would not mind seeing a BU Hades at all. My next 3D printed Beyblade, I'm not planning on getting really any more, at least for the time being. And don't need to really give evolutions for like the others. If anything, maybe pre evos would be pretty cool. But um yeah, let's see. I wondered why. Oh, I saw that one. Um, let's see. Previously, Dan Kuzo. What's up? It's been a long time, man. Oh, Dana Kuza. I see. Dana Kuza. But I appreciate you stopping back in, man. How you doing? Let's see here. They used to have tournaments where I live in Maryland, and I won every time using Perseus. Nice. Let's see here. Hi, Nuke. How's it going? I'm trying to just go through and read everybody's comments. I promise. I'm not ignoring anybody or anything. I'm just trying my best to answer everyone's comments. Um, but yeah, how old am I? I'm 26. I'm gonna be 27 this year. Actually, in like a couple, yeah, in a couple months. It's crazy to think, even saying that, like a little over 2 months. Wow, and we're almost in summer territory, dude. Time's just flying. It gets scary, honestly. Like time just flying. I could see if they did a BU unicorn, I could see tapered or fortress with high needle or high defense. Yeah, I can imagine high. Yeah, probably high needle. Let's see here. I also see BU Excalibur with high iron dash or high sword dash or something better. High metal impact. Like I wouldn't mind seeing like that's some of the drivers I wanted to see myself even night like Iron Dash, Sword Dash, Impact Dash because those are the ones that came with Excalibur before. If I had to choose only one, I'd say High Iron Dash or High Sword Dash. Because neither one of them has a dash version and like that attack metal staller type of tip. Especially with BU beige. They'll definitely be usable. So either High Iron Dash or High Sword Dash, I wouldn't mind either one. But yeah, what's up, Johns? Let's see here. Jacoby, I did answer that one already. Uh, let's see here. I'm trying to get up and you find motivation to keep going. Um, well, I mean, if you're being real, it's just like surround yourself with good people and just do what you enjoy doing, man. And if so, I hope you get well. Let's see. BU Lucifer. Yeah, it is rumored. It's supposed to be one of maybe the last release. I guess it's rumored to be the last release, which would be ironic, because like if they don't put out any releases for January or February, then then that's gonna be it. And then Lucifer, like Lucifer the end, and then they have a Lucifer Evo for it, and that be the end of Burst. Dang, man, that'll be pretty wild. Let's see here. I could see it with the new metal bearing drift. Oh, for sure, no doubt. Let's see. This my room or office or both. Well, it's the studio, you know. Let's see here. I thought of a new driver for the new Excalibur. It's called Impacting. It's basically the impact driver from the old evolution from Excalibur, except the rubber ring is bigger around it. That makes sense. Like if they like impacting, imagine they incorporated like the rubber and metal gimmicks with it. So it's like impact, except got the rubber on the outside and it sticks out big time, but then you have like the metal on the inside. So it has like rubber attack with it still, but it has the stamina of like how Iron and Sword did. Like that's an idea. That'll be kind of cool. Um, let's see here. In the center is metal. Yeah. Let's see here. Excalibur could come with a new armor. Yeah, it might come with like a new armor. I think a new armor and a new disc, because that's the whole gimmick for Excalibur. Like something that's like one prime, where like the disc is gonna be heavy on one side, so to make it where whatever bay you use it with, will immediately throw it off balance. So it'll be like big time for like crazy raw attack combos. And then maybe it loses 2 clicks. That point lines up, like the sword on it, and it's just like a major like double attack with it. Because it's Excalibur. They're gonna have crazy attack with this thing. Um, but yeah, let's see. Wouldn't it be a bit emotional when a bay breaks and the avatar feels the pain and starts screaming? Oh yeah, of course. Um, how do I make my custom bays? You mean like the 3D printed bays? Through Shapeways. You gotta get them designed through like an editing software. I think I got to sneeze. Oh goodness. Sorry. But yeah, you gotta like go into like an editing software and like program and everything, get the right dimensions that you want and such, and like render all that, and then after that, put it through something like Shapeways in order to get it 3D printed. But you have to make sure everything's like the right size and such too. Um, but yeah, that's basically how you make a 3D printed bay. You just got to think of like the big time ideas with it, and of course, it costs a good chunk of money for it because it's just 3D printing. Um, but yeah, let's see. I can also see if TT did a BU Apocalypse. I see it with High Ultimate Reboot Dash. If they made an Apocalypse, they would definitely have to make it one piece, because if they made a Genesis or an Apocalypse core, that thing's getting banned, because like already with how DB is, the bay would not burst. A core with a Mugen lock system would be broken. So it would have to be like one piece. Like you have to use the whole piece for Apocalypse, basically like how they did Greatest Raphael. Same thing. And even how they did like Apocalypse and Genesis before. But yeah, let's see here. Got any advice for anyone who wants to become a Baytuber? Just do what you enjoy doing and just find your own style. That's the main thing I'd say. Um, it's always good to look up to people for inspiration and such. There's so many people in the Beyblade and Bakugan communities that are my inspiration on the regular for sure, man. It's just about like finding your own style, like just the way that what's the best way of saying it? Like the way that you really just present your own style and just come off with what you're doing. You know what I mean? Just finding your true style, and the way that kitty, my goodness. But yeah, like the style that really makes you comfortable. That's the best advice I could give. I know it's tough. It's tough to say. I'm not the greatest at explaining things, but yeah, that's the best advice I'd say. Let's see. I wish I had friends. 22 in my life. Let's see here. Well, hey, you always got friends, man. I mean, in general, like I live in the middle of nowhere, so I talk to a lot of people online and such, and plus working and stuff all the time. I've hardly been able to even hang out with friends or such. But I guess it's just a part of life. You sit there, you get older, and just start grinding big time. Work my job. I also just make the videos for you guys on the regular, and absolutely love it, man. Like I'd love to do it full time, but even being able to do it like the capacity I do it now, and that you guys tune in and even enjoy coming to like the live streams and such like this, like it's an honor for sure, man. But yeah, I mean, I've started talking like a lot more online and such, because I just got caught up in just working and stuff and grinding all the time. It's like, nah, man, you got to sit there and hang out with people, especially with it like getting warmer and such. Like, I love it when it's really nice outside. Like, just I get so hyped during spring and summer, so I've been outside like every day, even when it's been rainy and such. But yeah, let's see here. Not my idea, but if Lucifer really is the last BU Bay, should have saved the name Lucifer the End for it. Yeah, they probably should have, man. Or they should do something along the name of like End for it. But yeah, like what are they gonna be able to do like after Lucifer the End? Like final. I don't think we've gotten a name like a bay called Final. Final Lucifer. If it's the last one. Final Lucifer. I think that would be like a I think that would be a solid name for it. And that name sounds sick too. Final Lucifer. If it is the final bay that comes out. But yeah, let's see here. It's been seen with a 2 armor, but I just want to see a new armor. Let's see Apocalypse. Yeah, Apocalypse would be fun. Bakugan went way up in prices. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Speaking on Excalibur, have I seen the concept art? I have, and you can see all the different parts for it for sure. Like it makes sense. Like you could see like oh well, I guess I'll talk about it a little bit. Like you could see like Seed, you could see Xeno, you could see Buster, like all the different elements of it. It's really sick. Um, let's see. I want to start sketching my bay like I had pictured in my head when we VC last night. Go for it, man. And like I said, the main thing is just anybody who's like trying to make their own bay. Think of like the type of blader you are. Are you a blader that is really into like crazy defensive hits, like like you want a defense type bay that can sit there and tank any attack that comes at you or such, then it's just thinking of the gimmicks and everything after that. Are you a type of like blader that really loves attack types, like a bay that goes around like crazy and just boom gets that major attack in, same thing. Or a balance type blader, like a balance type bay. What gimmicks would you have for it and such? Um, yeah. And I could say the different types of the bays. I mean, Colchidra's a balance type, Hydra's a balance type, Leonis is actually an attack type. So yeah, I'd say attack and balance are my two favorite types for bays. But yeah, and Delta I'd say is at least the version I got, I'd say it's an attack type. Or maybe more on the side of balance, but just the overall like intense shape of it, I'd say probably attack type. But yeah, let's see. I made Prominence Phoenix use Prominence Shaker on Dangerous and bursted it. Nice, man. It's always crazy when like you get a good battle in with Phoenix and then it just knocks the crap out of the opponent and then it somehow manages to get the burst with the armor. It's wild. Even like getting a KO with it. Um, my thoughts on Gatling Dragon. I honestly think let's see. Gatling is better than Tempest, but I don't really like the driver that they put in. I don't mind if they did Charge Metal Dash. It makes sense. It's what like I had before, like charge metal. So making a dash for it, it makes sense. The overall shape of it, I really enjoy it because you could see the parts of like all the previous dragons with it. When it stuck out, you could see Ace. The round shape of it having like elements of rock, and then also like grand with the smooth sides on it and such. But overall, the oval shape of Imperial you could see with it. But then when it sticks out, it makes it more of like a bit of more of like a rounded shape and such, but like with the blade sticking out. It's really sick. I like the way that they did it. It looks like a big boy, so I'm hoping it has some like heavy attack with it, because that's been one thing with Dragon, just like the heavy attack, but also be like a heavy kind of staller attack, attack type. But yeah, let's see. Imagine a triple booster with Apocalypse, Hades, and a new Evil Bay. Dude, I would love that. I really hope like I mean, let's see. Going through all the different slots. So dragons this month, then it would be Excalibur, and then it would be probably what? Achilles, because they can't skip over it. They're not skipping over Achilles. Um, I don't know, like September, like maybe a bay then, and then like I think that's when the Hello Kitty comes out, right? Like September. Like the Hello Kitty Bay and then another bay. Um, then one of the months has two. Uh, you know, two releases with it, which I definitely see that being Helios and Hyperion. It only makes sense releasing two bays for the Hizashi brothers. All the protagonists deserve their bays in DB format. Um, yeah, and then like November I don't know. That's like a blank spot, I think. And then December being the rumored Lucifer. So November, they've done some sets, like like the set in particular, the set of 4 bays, which I hope that would be what they do. If that's like the last slot that has to be filled, um, the bays I'd have in it. Ah, man, it's so tough to say. Like from history, there's only been like two like kind of anime bays that they put in these sets because the first one had what had Aegis and Spriggan, right? No, no, no. It was Chaos and Bahamut. Deep Chaos and Arc Bahamut were in that set. And then it was Aegis and Spriggan. And then it was Apocalypse and Genesis. So if they were to go down that route, history shows at least two new bays with it. Um, for the recolors, I do like a recolor of Rage, honestly. A recolor of Rage in 3A because we never got a recolor for them. I know they're Super King level parts, but like still, if there's any that they should do, like a recolor of Rage in 3A would be awesome. And then, you know, like maybe a driver like High Extreme Dash or something, so there's like a new part with it. But it would still be like a crazy attacking combo and then like a recolor for any chip, whatever. Um, for like a DB recolor. I don't know. We got like a recolor for basically everything in DB, right? Maybe like Raphael. Like they just put in a recolor for greatest Raphael with different parts, like new parts with it. And then the two bays, the bays I really would want to see still would be like Hades, either like Hades, Zeus, mm, Death Scyther, or Wyvern. One of them, you know, or at least like yeah, two of them to fill in like two of those spots, you know. But yeah, let's see. I think the truth is, I think we let's see here. When Shu got Spriggan Requiem, he got possessed by Spriggan. Oh, he definitely did. Created a new move for Judgment Joker. I call it World Judgment. That's a sick name. If Vault unleashed the Sword of Valkyrie, takes hold the Shu's hand and slashes the curse. Oh, like a best friend attack. Yeah, I got you. Um, Thoughts on Gatling returning Killer Death Scyther's gimmick in Awaken mode? Hey, I'm hype. I'm hype for Gatling for sure. New Death Scyther is coming though. Only a rumor though. Yeah, I mean we don't know until things are confirmed. We don't really know. Um, Dark Forces triple booster set. Oh, like an evil themed one with evil evolutions. That would be pretty cool. Reap Death Scyther, then it was proven to be. Well, I mean, the name Reap Death Scyther, like that name Reap Death Scyther sounds really cool, but proven to be fake. Yeah, like everything, like take rumors with a grain of salt for sure. Rumored to be a set with the Ultimate Valkyrie Recolor and BU Spriggan. It might be an unpopular opinion if it is like another Spriggan. Like it would be cool, but I wouldn't be like the hypest about it just because like Astro is solid. Like it's already a solid like release, and that's just kind of a spot that could go to another bay and another character that could get their roses. You know what I mean? But yeah, because I mean Astro's already like a beast. Let's see here. Bakugan Beyblade would be kind of sick. If that crossover happened, that would be amazing. Hope TT makes a new Joker and a new On Guard. Maybe. I don't know. Like just with not that many parts, like not that many slots left for bays. I'm not too sure. But I mean, regardless, I'm just gonna be hyped with whatever they put out because we're getting more bays. Let's see here. If Greatest Raphael got a BU Evo, it does not need an Evo. I mean, the gimmick for it already is solid for sure. Um, gonna hop in the VC if you're willing to join in since I'm bored as heck. All right, man. Sounds good. I'll be in there. So yeah, probably after this stream, I'll probably be on Discord for a bit. But yeah, but just stay like cordial and such if you're gonna pop in and such, and please no like yelling or screaming or anything. Want to keep it maintained, all that good stuff. But yeah, let's see here. Most people I've seen on Discord aren't a fan of BU Spriggan if it is real. I just think it's a wasted spot. Like, nothing against Spriggan. Like, Astro's just a beast, man. Like, if Astro was bad, then I'd say so. Does it burst? Yes. But overall, like, use the right parts with it. It's a monster. It really didn't need, like, an Evo, for sure. But yeah, let's see here. Yeah, I got you. Oh, okay, you're talking to Joseph. I got you. My Discord, I have a server, but it's Kimbo, and then it's the number 6303. Let's see here. What if they made a crossover of Dan's Bakugan as a Beyblade? Like if they made a crossover of Drago, dude. If they had a Bakugan Beyblade, I'd pick that up for sure, man. Am I gonna watch the World Cup? I don't know. I'm not like crazy into the World Cup or anything. My dad watches all kinds of sports, so he'll have it playing. Usually, like he just cycles through. I mean, during the fall time, he mainly watches football, of course, and then he'll circle through and watch like he'll watch like some college football or like some like sometimes not much though baseball, sometimes hockey, but a lot of football too, like actual like soccer football. Um, but yeah, I tune in sometimes. I don't know. Let's see here. Got a defective astral spriggan because I think it's stuck in left spin. Want to know how to fix it. Um, well, have you been trying to use the tool to turn it? And if so, don't try to like push it. Like don't use too much pressure. Like just wiggle it. You don't want to over exert pressure on it because then it could break it. It could break the mechanism and such. But yeah, I'd say just got a tool right here. Like use the tool and just mess with it a little bit. But let's see. Astral Spriggan generally just has an issue with getting the core out. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, mine sometimes is a pain to just get the core out and such. Um, but yeah, let's see. I would totally buy Bakugan Beyblade design. Oh, no doubt. Um, Number for my Discord 6303. I felt like I was going to break mine when trying to get it out of high mode. Oh, with Spriggan, yeah. Let's see here. Although I feel like it would probably be something of a mixture between Phoenix and Ace Dragon. Let's see. Oh, for the yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe something like that, like a Phoenix and Ace Dragon, like somewhere in between, like a red and gold. Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Walt remembers Fi's version of Phoenix when he saw Payne's version of Phoenix. Maybe like that's where he kind like he had to have at least remembered it somewhat. But just like the story writing, I guess paint like Fi doesn't like exist right now at this point, but they reference to it, because a different season. That's kind of how they wrote it with this, unless like returning characters. But yeah, and there's only been like a couple times they referenced previous seasons, like when Drum went into Super King, they referenced like how he battled Hell, or Inferno. They did reference that, but yeah. So let's see here. What happens if Vault still talks to Cho? Let's see. Talks and Chozi started to meet Achilles. Um, well, I mean, it'll be intense. I'd say that's my thought. Like, I'd probably it would be really really intense. Like if they sat there and had that moment where they were talking. Well, yeah, I get what you mean in the final battle because like Valkyrie didn't really talk or anything. Mainly because the big focus was on Iga like stepping up and becoming the new champion and everything, but still putting over a Vault as like being an absolute beast, you know. But yeah, y'all are the best. Yeah, John's good vibes here. That's what it's all about, man. Let's see here. BU customized set would be an evolution for Wyvern and Lucifer for the recolors Rage Diabolos High Excel Dash with 3A and Valkyrie Burn with a new mold in Quattro. That's a solid roster for sure. I'd say I'd switch High Excel Dash to High Extreme Dash because they haven't done like a high version of Extreme. And I know it's like why make a higher version of Extreme because Extreme being low, it makes the bays like on DB format scrape big time. So imagine if I had a high version, so it won't do that as much. Yeah, that'll be a solid set for sure. Like Rage Diabolos, like a recolor for the Diabolos ship. That's a nice choice too. Um, and then Valkyrie Burn with an upgraded mold. I dig that for sure. I'd buy it. You convinced me. That's for sure. I'd get it. And I'd put like Quattro Dash in it just because like a new part, you know. But yeah, Wyvern and Lucifer. I'd say Lucifer would probably be the like the December release. So I'd say like Wyvern and either Zeus, Death Scyther, or um yeah, like Zeus or Death Scyther being one of the two, or Hades as a part of that set. You know, that's what I did, but that's still a solid set for sure. Imagine Hyde comes back in season 7, tries to get revenge because Fi broke Hades. I don't think like he's mad at Fi anymore. They seem like they were on good terms even after they had their little spat after Fi's battle with Iga. I think that's where things got hashed out. So like they got their bond back and such, you know. But just the fact that we never saw those two again still grinds my gears because there's so like for season 7 there was so much potential, man, and there was places like literally just different holes with the show that they could have gone to. What happened to the snake pit? What happened to hell? What happened to like in Dead Grand? Going back to Dead Grand for Fire Hearts, but then like Eval being a part of like the evil things, like it would be full circle, all that. And this season was called Burst Ultimate, BU, Burst Ultimate. You could have the ultimate season to go along with this because even the bays they put out so far, if Bell got an evolution to Belial in the show, and then like having the B gear, that means he'd meet Drum. A gear, that means he'd meet Iga. If there's an X gear, that means he meets Jan or Jaka. Gonna happen with that. Like Kerbeus, Ken or Kensuke coming back in the show finally. Could have happened. Like even the rumor base, Helios, Hyperion, Lucifer. Like, come on, man. The potential was there. I'm still sad to this day, and I'll forever be sad that they just ended it off the way they did. But because of that, that's what put a fire under my butt for the skits, because that's how it always goes. Like how they ended off Metal Fight Beyblade, that sparked a lot of stuff for the skits, and then led to the whole story with the skits and everything with Metal Fight. Now it's the same thing for Burst. And they honestly did Burst even dirtier than they did Metal Fight because the way they ended it off and just so much untapped potential. But I'm gonna let it out with the skits. You already know, man. Just being an artist, how I express myself. Just use that creativity, and I'm gonna let it out for sure with the skits. Let's see here. Wouldn't it be crazy? Yeah, that would be crazy, Tom. Do I feel like they could have done more with Vault's design because it feels like the only time it looked different was in the Beyblade Turbo series? Not really. I mean, they did switch it up, considering that the first two seasons, he had the same old school attire, and then season 3 having more like he had the champion attire for himself, and then season 4 with the orange, season 5 with his gear, and then even the same gear in like going like season 6. I think he had like similar gear. He changes his attire a lot throughout the series, honestly, compared to like some other bladers we've seen. Which I mean, like shoes, they switched up like a little bit, but not like too crazy. Except when he had like the new S kind of cape with him going more on like the anti-hero kind of side in season 5. But yeah, you know, and even with Free, like they switched up his design like a little bit with each season, like just adding a little bit of stuff, like the earrings, and then obviously like the shirt being wrapped around his waist and stuff. Because battling out in nature, big time, just such a cool touch, man. Really, really awesome. Let's see here. Out of all the burst seasons, which would I say was the worst? I personally feel that Sparking was the worst because of Lane's armor. I wouldn't say, okay, the way I'm always going to go with this is that all the seasons are up here. The bar's already up here because they all did really well with a lot of stuff. There's just some seasons that just exceeded others by a little bit, even like, with certain aspects. So, for example, I'm not going with season 1 because the season 1 with the old school feel and everything, but it's still up there. It's one of the awesome seasons. Like, they're all awesome seasons, but I put season 2 a little bit up there because just the overall storytelling and culmination of all that, the Godbladers Cup, like, so many different elements. You had like the team battles that were going on with all the different countries and such. And then that leading up to the Godbladers Cup and also like the Snake Pit as well, Shu being a part of it. And then all of that just going full circle with the Godbladers Cup. That build up and that storytelling was amazing. Season 3, more of a darker tone with it. But just the build up to Phi getting Dead Phoenix or Dread Phoenix, and then just going on an absolute tear, man. Is like the Lord of Destruction or God of Destruction. That was awesome for sure. Like season four, even the dark build that they had, there was a big time hybrid season with season four because you had the really fun like joking moments because Drum and the gang and everything. But then it got dark because like Delta's power becoming more corrupted, but especially when Arthur came in, Gwen came in, a lot of bays breaking and such, and you know, so that was like a big time hybrid kind of weaving with that with season four, which was awesome. Season five, I still enjoyed, even though like yes, Lane did have plot armor with it, but in general, there was only three new characters, and they built up the evil, and then you got to build up the two new characters like the underdogs and such with it. Overall, I just loved how it was a complete melting pot of a season. Like I could see if they had a season seven going down a similar road as season five, except to the more extreme with it, Like the build up with Lane was really awesome, but then it got to that point where he beat everybody, and then he's like, "What now?" And then he just teamed with Shu, just because they wanted to be the strongest team ever, and showing off their power and stuff. But by the end, it showed that it just showed like Lane's power and such because he's an absolutely strong blader. And same thing with Shu. That pairing, just power wise, difficult to take out. You had to beat them with strategy because you try to go at them with raw power. It was literally hitting a wall, like the very wall or end wall. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man. I mean, by the end of that, Lane wasn't evil, because Shu got through to him. So Shu playing anti-hero and working from the inside, helping like to see Lane to make Lane see a true battle, a fun battle, and such, which was really cool, man. Like Shu had a big time part to play with that, not just Hikaru and Hyuga, but also like even the other legends by battling Lane. But yeah, let's see. In season six, I didn't mind at all. Just the way that they ended it off. Like it never seemed like Rashad was truly evil. He was just like obsessed with power for a little bit, and it got to the point where like he broke Bays, but not nearly as evil as what we've seen in previous seasons. And it just drove me nuts how they ended it off. Not even getting a battle between Bell and Vault to show who's the true strongest. Because in the manga they resolved that and Bell did win, but then maybe they felt like people would riot if Bell went over Vault at the very end, and it was the last season. So yeah, but also just not having a season seven, weaving everything together and leaving it on a crazy cliffhanger like that because it just ended with all three of them battling. But um, what happened if Arthur and Ashton merged and Phi changed to good and still merged with that dark power of his? Maybe because characters start using dark and demonic powers for good and join the good. I mean, Arthur and Ashton would have definitely I seen been evil. They stuck around and this actually happened. They could have been the evils for sure. It's like a Doji Pluto type of thing, where you got this evil, but then they're just cogs in the machine that are leading to everything coming together. And then this evil gets their bay, and then he turns on them, and then they can try to use that power for good after that point because he's sitting there trying to go and take over the world by himself. And now they're even seen as nothing to him. Maybe something like that. Like the further extreme than even we got with Metal Fury. Well, like it still happened that way because Pluto kind of merged together with Rago and the God of Destruction. Well, the God of Destruction kind of absorbed their essence and such. But yeah, you know what I mean. Let's see. In terms of anime season one, God, Chozi, GTDB, Sparking. And that's fair. Everybody has their opinions with it, It's all good. Like everybody's gonna have a different, view on it. I put every season up there for sure because they were all great seasons in their different ways. Some of them just exceeded that bar, like that bar that was already way up there. Like season two with its build up, season three with how crazy the evils got, season four with the hybrid feeling of it. It got a bit above that bar for sure. Honestly, season five with all those battles, because we saw a lot of dream battles and team pairings with those battles, man. And seeing all those legends fight and the intensity of the battles, like seeing Louis and Free face off again, like full power, that was sick, man. But then they work together, and they're focusing on teamwork, putting over how strong every single legend is, but then the teamwork making the difference with it, man. I thought that was a really, really cool concept for sure. Um, let's see here. What's the good concept name for season 7? Beyblade Burst Final? Yeah, honestly, like, yeah, Beyblade Burst Final or Beyblade Burst Ultimate. Like, in general, just like how they just have Ultimate now. Like, Burst Ultimate, either like Ultimate or Final. Either one would work for sure. I'd say Ultimate would have worked because like it starts off with Vault having Ultimate Valkyrie going into it. That's how I would have done it. But you know, it happens. And then like the final battle would be like Valkyrie turning like how I had the whole build up before with Valkyrie being the last base standing. It turns gold, like how Jenga's Pegasus turned gold, like a similar thing. And then that's their excuse for putting in the gold version of it. But you know, no season 7 still, but it's fine. But yeah, let's see. How would I implement the Hello Kitty recolor of Astral Spriggan into the skits? I would figure out a way. Trust me, like I'll figure out a way with it, man. I just go with the flow. That's how it goes. Like a lot of bays, it's funny because even just a lot of bays, just how they battle and such, that gives them their character, and it shows how they are, you know. But yeah. If you get the opportunity, will I participate? If I can talk, participate in Blader's Kingdom. Oh, that Nightwing holds, dude. I'd be honored to go. I definitely want to like save up and grind for it big time. But I'd be honored to go to one of those events. Because it looks like he has a lot of fun with it for sure, and just meeting a bunch of people and being able to do the battles, that would be amazing, man. It would be my honor. I would love to do that. Yeah, exactly when, I don't know. It would have to be like a long enough in advance and figure out like just travel and stay and all that good stuff because those are all factors with it. But yeah, I'd love to go to an event like that again, man. Even just going to like things like the Blader Bash, the Bakugan Invitationals and such. Like the Baytuber Brawl, like Beyblade West, like all of it, man. Like just an honor even being there, dude. Let's see here. Also, hard to believe that we're already into a bunch of seasons of Burst. It felt like yesterday it was just a new thing. Yeah, for real, dude. When Burst started, I was in college. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how time just flies. But yeah, let's see. Making a custom story with my own real friends. John's World Adventures. Into the Shards of the Past. Gonna be my summer project. Nice, man. Hey, I say good luck with it and just use whatever for inspiration. Seems like it'll be a really cool project. And, I feel that because this summer I'm trying to make some more skits for sure. And whenever I go on like a big trip or anything, that's how I'm gonna be making more skits because I like to incorporate everything. That includes like all the trips and everything. It's kind of like my memories and such with it because like my channel's like my diary a bit too. But yeah, let's see. Ever wonder what Turbo would be like if Phi had Hades and if Hyde had Phoenix? That would have been it would have been interesting, man. It would have been wild to see that. But even if they made like a new, well, they had like even prominence with like imagine like high friction or something, then they made a new Hades. That'll be sick. Or imagine there's a scenario where like they have to battle with each other's bays, but they have to bond as brothers and they still perform as well. That would be sick, man. Like a first case where like Blader's switching bays and still can handle them just as well. Because the backstory with it, that would be awesome. Do you think that a fusion between Valkyrie and Belle's Beyblade would be epic or overpowered? I mean, the attack of it would be insane for sure. Like Belial's attack plus Valkyrie's attack, that would be pretty crazy. Let's see here. Let's add on with the comment. When Phi joins in with the good Bladers after his character change, start beating it. Let's see. It would be a sick fight. Oh yeah, for sure. Like if Phi stepped up and started facing off against like Ashton or Arthur, he'd probably like beat that. But then it comes down to the ultimate Blader. Like the ultimate Blader is the one who has the number of all these legends. Like Ashton or Theodore, even if he had his own bay, he wouldn't he wouldn't beat them for sure. The same thing with Eval. If he had a new like Aegis or On Guard, he would have got smoked by the legends. But yeah. Will I do 1v1s with Astro Hello Kitty? Probably. I'll probably do like a few 1v1s with it. I'm planning on doing like at least 1v1s for like the BU base. So like when I get like Chain Kerbeus, comparing it to the other Kerbeuses and then having like some 1v1s with it. maybe doing like some 1v1s with the DB base. Um, yeah, or just doing a giant survival battle, you know. Maybe a survival battle because there'll be like less vids, but like it's all in like one big time battle, you know. I'll probably put it in the poll. That's probably what I'm gonna do with like the BU releases going forward. Is I'll put it in the poll and we'll go off that because that's how I did it with Divine. You guys wanted me to do a survival battle with this, so I just did a straight survival battle with it instead of doing 1v1s. Um, when it came down to the modded Magma Ifritor, that one was pretty divided. Like a lot of people wanted to see the survival battle, but it seemed like a lot of people were leaning towards like both. So I went with both. So I did the survival battle and then just a few battles afterwards, which I'm done with those now. Roar was the last one that I was doing. So yeah. Let's see. Hello Kitty was one of the villains in the skit. It would be hilarious, man. I mean, you can always get a duplicate. That would just be hilarious just thinking about that. Oh man, who knows? You're giving me ideas here, man. You're giving me ideas. Um, if you could, would you include the original Plastic Gen Bays in my skits or give them their own series? Xavier, let's see. Let's just say if you've seen, I've gotten some electronic Plastic Gen Bays, and I've gotten them for a reason, and I've held off on that reason for a little while, but you know it's coming. You know it's coming. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, let's see here. Have you wondered what Turbo would be like if I had hate? Oh yeah, I answered that one already. Quick Dash, a good competitive attack driver. Um, let's see. Oh, if you don't have extreme, yeah, for sure. Like quick dash moves around for sure. It's like a lot more controlled than extreme. Extreme has the speed, but quick is a lot more controlled with its flower patterns, I'd say. But it still has some major speed with it, especially when it's like a quick that has good rubber with it, like the Lord the Lord Bahamut version, like that came with quick dash. Like that one's pretty. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Favorite musical artist besides MGK. I mean, there's a bunch of people that I listen to. I mean, like Eminem, Token, uh, J. Cole, Kendrick, Logic. Like there's a lot. There's honestly there's a lot. I'll be sitting here naming for a while, but when it comes down to music overall, like a lot of MGK's music, it bumps big time. I've been listening to him for like over a decade, way before like Eminem beef or any of the crap. Um, but yeah, dude, I'd say like there's a lot of different artists, and there's plenty I'm not even thinking of like on the spot, like Snow the Product and like Snow the Product and freaking rap, holy crap! And she puts out a lot of bops. Um, yeah, let's see here. I'm on chapter 3 right now and still writing it. Nice, man. Let's see your potential idea for skits: Descendant of Torchirogium, Boosh and Ashra 11 operate dash attack type, and the go layer weight. Maybe a Descendant of Torchirogium, huh? Hmm. Hmm. Imagine if when TT made a BU Phoenix, Phoenix had two armor pieces that could come off, one on the layer and then one on the forge disc. Well, I mean, in general, like prominence is still really solid. If anything, like make a bay that's basically prominence, except maybe make it a little bit more round. Nah, it wouldn't need to be more round. If anything, the prominence armor, switch that armor. Have the same bottom piece, but then the top one, except have it incorporated with some metal. So it's an even heavier hit. So it has that weight. If it goes big time, it just boom. Yeah, I'd say just add some metal to the prominence armor, and you got a BU level Phoenix. My reaction when Perseus from Jenga and Valkyrie merge into one. Let's like Valkyrie rides on a Pegasus. Well, I mean that'll be kind of cool, like a cross gen crossover. So long for now. Oh, you headed out, Joseph. Thanks so much for coming by, man. Definitely appreciate it. Imagine if Ragnarok, Lucifer, Phoenix, and Bone and Venom Diabolus and the skits, they all get evil by Diablo Nemesis. I don't know. I don't know if it'll go down that path. You know, time will tell all. Let's see here. I never knew that Bullet can actually launch. It's actually a thing now. Yeah, I mean, I figured it out by accident. I was just like, you know what, freaking Bullet. Like, can you even launch it or anything? And then I just tried a MFB launcher, and then it launched, and I'm like, what the hell? This works? Okay, you know I'm going with this. You know I'm including this. So I found that out on accident, and then, sure enough, brought in the Bullet, started launching with it. And I thought it was a good build even with that. So we got the full build up for like the new gen coming in. So now you'll be seeing more bays come in. You'll pick up on how I'm doing it big time probably within the next few episodes. You know that I do. That's all I'll say. You'll see the route that I'm going with it a little bit. You'll know, but at the same time you won't know because I got a lot of stuff cooking up here. There's been ideas cooking up here for these skits for years, literally since before I even finished the first series, you know, because I finished the first series in 2017. You guys got to think about that. That was in God or Evolution territory right there. Um, so you already know, yeah, 20. That was when we were getting it like the first season in the U.S. I think, yeah, the first season in the U.S., but then the second season in Japan. So that was about like first season God Evolution times, and that's when the idea started. Fast forward a few years, and we're at this point now. So you know, things have been cooking up here for a while. Where's the team battles? I did one today, just put it out. But yeah, what do I think is the best competitive attack combo? Just wondering because I want to get parts for my birthday. There's a few really good attack combos. I mean, in general, Ultimate Valkyrie. Yeah, Ultimate Valkyrie is an absolute beast. Guilty Longinus is an absolute beast as well. I'd say those are the two like best options for like crazy, crazy wicked attack. If you go on Super King level, I'd say Brave, like Brave Valkyrie. It's a tougher one to get, but Hollow Death Sight, their Hollow can hit for sure. Um, yeah, uh, Rage, of course, Rage. Um, I'd say those are probably like the very, very top ones when it comes to attack. Super can hit too. You know, from Super Hyperion. Super Hyperion stock wise is a beast. Hyperion Burn was definitely like kind of a downgrade, which is sad. So I hope the rumor is true for Helios and Hyperion, and that we see Hyperion get its true like roses and have some serious freaking attack power with it, no doubt. Um, let's see here. Remember those pretty arcades, Ben Tops corporate, those with the skits. Remember what? Let's see here. If Hyde puts Phoenix armor on the disc. Um wait, if Hyde puts Phoenix's armor on the disc. Oh, you mean on instead of like the turn frame? Well, that would be pretty wild. If Hideki and Hero both planned on season 7, which is the finale, Vault will be the protagonist once again and the final time. I say all the protagonists. Like you can't discredit that the other characters were protagonists. I get Vault being your favorite, but you can't just throw out like Iga, Drum, Hikaru, Hyuga, and Bell like that. Like I said, even the build up I'd give it, Vault would probably be the ultimate one at the very end of it, because him being the first protagonist and seeing everything, like all the different adventures with all the different seasons. But I wouldn't leave out the other protagonists. It would be like the way I bring it in, all of them protagonists. I'd have it where there's different arcs. One focusing on Vault and his journey. That's how you can tie like Free and Louis and Shu into it. I go with his. That's how you can put in Fi and Hearts. Then Drum with his. That's how you can put in Delta. That's how you could put in maybe Amane if he came back. That's how you could put in Gwen. You can put in Arthur as an evil too, you know. Then Hikaru and Hyuga. That's how you could tie in Lane. With Bell, so you could tie in Rashad because he's a powerful blader for sure. He'd be a part of it. But yeah, you know. But yeah, I'd say like Vault definitely being one of the protagonists at least. Like just have all the protagonists be the protagonist in it, you know, and just focus on them all equally. Um, let's see here. Feel about the new Interstellar drop battle set from Hasbro. I think the stadium's sick, man, for sure. I am kind of mad that they didn't even do the gimmick for prominence. They didn't even make the armor like come off or anything. It's one thing to take away the weight and such, but taking away the full gimmick of the armor coming off, they did Phoenix dirty big time with that. And Devastate does look really cool, but got to see how it does performance wise. Imagine if Venom Diabolus broke into skits, and then that's how he just fully upgrades to the Ultimate Master himself. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I can't spoil anything, but I don't know. Time's gonna tell all. But yeah, let's see. Wouldn't it be sick if Shu takes revenge on Ashton after what he has done to him? That would have been sick if that would have happened, seeing that rematch. But then after that, it would be like that's how the evil gets introduced, because like Shu gets wind of this evil blader, their true plan. They have no clue up until like the very end, and then the evil blader shows up. Then after he beats Ashton, or yeah, after he beats Ashton, that'll be wild, man. That'd be poetic justice for sure. Um, your skit series is awesome. The time, the patience, the passion, and the work that you do is awesome. It really reminds me of being a kid in the metal fights. Dude, I appreciate it for sure, man. It makes me feel young again. That's the whole like theme for it. That's what it's all about, man. I'm not kidding. She licked my foot, and like how cat tongues are. They have like the freaking barbs and stuff on them. I'm like but yeah, like she looks like a puppy because she sees how like my puppies do it. But yeah, but I really appreciate it, man. Like, you don't know how much that means to me. Like, it did take years and such to even get through those skits. And that's why, you got to have patience with me for it, because you know that these skits are going to be going for years. They're going to be going for a while. But I've got a big time thing planned. It's going to be a lot of fun going into it. And just, I know there's been a lot of base from previous series that have been included with this, but I want to pay homage to other series as well. Not in crazy amounts, because there's not going to be any. I'm just saying this straight up. All the base from the previous seasons, or like from the previous series, are all done. They're all done. Except for one, but I'm not saying what one. But yeah, I mean, if you know and you've seen the skits, you'll know which one it is. But yeah, if you're like a fan of the older skits and you look at these new skits, you'll know which one it is. Like with the storytelling. But yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to just the big time storytelling with these skits. It's gonna be like the same sort of thing, man. I'm gonna use everything that I possibly can, and I want to showcase like the lands out here too, just like how I showcase like the complex and everything. There's a lot of different spots out there that I haven't even shown yet, and it's gonna be awesome. Especially like getting the yard cut and everything. We gotta go to the after forest, after jungle type of arc with this, and that's the next build up, because the last one was the jungle, showing off like how the yard was looking and everything, and then like how it started receding, and the micro bay coming back, you know, there's gonna be a lot with it, man. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see, what would my reaction be if TT made Hades compatible with the Phoenix armor, and if it would be in the enemy? Um, I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting. I'd say that it would be interesting, but I think Phoenix should just have the armor and Hades have its own gimmick with like the weight and such. I think Vault would be the main announcer of the next episode. It's preview saying next time on Beyblade Burst, and yeah, I feel like they'd switch. It would change. I'd have it where they change with whoever's arc it is. They're the ones that's talking. That is talking in that's talking for the next episode. It's like the preview. That's how I do it, anyways. They made a season 7. I'd bring the Metal Fighting Plastic Gen characters into the Burst anime. I wouldn't do like a full crazy like crossover like that. I'd save that for like a new generation, you know. Um, yeah, if I were to have them like all be in one series, like this would be about just ending off Burst. But I'd like in the future, like what series would come after Burst if they managed to find a format where they could fit in like characters from all the different eras, make one format with it. That would be pretty awesome. Let's see here. When Vault looks at the Valkyrie, I know their residents have empowered, and that's because Valkyrie is not just a partner, she's also a friend. Yeah, it's also like that's how it is with Aiga, Drum, Hikaru, Hyuga, Bell, all of them, man. They all had breaks happen, and they all had to go through that, and get that true bond. Love to see more hour-long skits. They'll come once more bays got to be introduced and stuff. Storytelling takes time. Can't just like throw this into there and all that good stuff. Got to have a build up with the storytelling and such, just like how I did with the first series. But be on the lookout. I'm especially gonna start more this summer, like doing more skits. Because now it's that point where like things are slowing down with burst and such. I mean, keeping up with Bakugan, of course, and I'll be making deck profiles. Speaking of which, I got next few days off, so that's my big focus is some Bakugan deck profiles. But also, if it's nice and I get some ideas in there, there's gonna probably be a skit, probably the next few days. You probably guessed what it is, but it's still gonna be awesome. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it, and it's gonna be like the start of like the next arc. But yeah, sup man? Used to watch your MFB vids when I was a little kiddo. Yo, Nova Blaze, I appreciate it big time, man. And just that you're stopping back in, thanks so much. Um, let's see here. Jacoby, I've answered that already. Let's see here. Answer that as well. What do I think of the system that is on Apocalypse and Genesis? Would it be a good thing to see in BU? The Mugen Lock system? I wouldn't mind seeing a Genesis and Apocalypse. I'd answered this a bit before, but I wouldn't mind seeing a new Genesis or Apocalypse. I'd just say give it the greatest Raphael treatment. Make it one piece, and it's maybe stuck either in the high mode or the low mode. Yeah, or even if they made it where they're like they could switch in the high mode or the low mode as I think like they figure out a way to make it where it's high mode and low mode they could both do. If not, just lock it in one mode, either or. With them, I'd probably put them in the low mode just because they'll be the more effective mode. Especially in Apocalypse's case, because Apocalypse is still an attack type, so it should be in I'd say in the low mode. But as for Genesis, maybe lock it in the yeah, maybe like Genesis in the high mode because the electronic if they did like an electronic driver, maybe lock it in the high mode. But uh yeah, I'd say just make them all one piece, like how they did for Raphael, where you can't interchange it, because if there was an Apocalypse or Genesis core that's Mugen Lock, that thing is banned AF for sure. Let's see here. Make the next Beyblade series the gimmick where you can combine Basil like in Turbo with left Astro and right Artemis. That would be clever if they did do that. Another idea: BU triple booster set with Drasil, with Giga and a new driver. Drasil V2 with Giga and a new driver change, which is similar to the original Blade base. Spriggan Volcano, Comb Mobius Dash. Oh, Mobius Dash. I mean, at this point, they might as well. They made Metal Mobius or like Metal Drift, you know. So, I mean, Mobius Dash wouldn't even be upset. A new Satan with Over and Drift Dash. I mean, that would be a kind of cool set for sure. Like a new Satan and like Spriggan Volcano. Yeah, I mean, Volcano was never a really bad part, but we never got a recolor, so that's another pretty sick set. Out of Slingshot, Hypersphere, and Speedstorm, which one is the best? Which one's my favorite? I'd say Hypersphere, because Slingshot, yes. I'm going to say this. I'm giving full credit to Hasbro for the different stadiums that we got with, like, Slingshot, Speedstorm, and Hypersphere, because they definitely diversified the game by making those stadiums. It's going to be really fun and interesting. Like, even the battles, how they go in them, man. Definitely switched up things for sure. Overall, gimmick-wise, I'd say Hypersphere was the most, like, successful because it was a different type of approach, but like how the Hypersphere base perform in the Hypersphere Stadium, like the gimmick works really, really well, But Slingshot, yeah, like the Slingshot gimmick, um, just having the rails and everything, it just made it where the base circle around big time, and then they're just done. At least with Hypersphere, they still had some pretty good stamina with them and such. And Speedstorm just basically made the tips flat, which was like, eh. I did like the stadiums though, but just they didn't need to make the tips flat or anything like that. So gimmick wise, I say Hypersphere is the most successful. Um, let's see here. Wonder if season 7 is coming back to TV Tokyo for 20 episodes. Well, we're sadly not getting season 7, Tom. I wish we were, but we're not. It's sadly done, but the potential was there, and I'm sad that we're not getting season 7. Let's see here. The next and final Beyblade Burst system would be Synchrom. I don't know if they'd go back to that because it's a previous system that we've had before, unless they're trying to continue on from like the last season of Metal Flight, with Zero G. Do you think has to purposely make Slingshot hype? Wait. Made if they purposely made Slingshot and Hypersphere, oh yeah, for sure. Like that's just the gimmicks they went with. If Joker gets an Evo, Joker should have 4 rubber blades with the around disc and Trick Dash. Then have them call it Circus Joker. That's a clever name. That's a clever name. Has some unexpected things just like a circus. That's true. Yeah, I mean Circus Joker. That would be a clever name for it, honestly, if they made a new Joker. Try making a synchron with 2 Samurai Pegasus. It's much heavier and stronger than Pegasus Bahamut. Oh yeah. Like I mean Pegasus is the combo that I use for the final battle in the Zero G skit. It's a synchron combo that I always really enjoyed. Pegasus flipped over and stuff. Back then people didn't think that would be that strong, but like it is. It's an absolute beast, and I really enjoy that combo, So and plus the buildup that I had with the Pegasus is in that, like it had an evil form that was born that the evil used, and then Pegasus itself getting stronger, and then they combined. So like your demons and then your positives, combining into one, becoming a hybrid, channeling all that power. Yeah, let's see. Da 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 da. Do, do you think Hasbro made Slingshot Hypersphere to force you to buy their stadium? Well, you didn't have to get the stadiums, but obviously, just how they made the stadiums for each season, whether you got the set or anything, they wanted you to try and pick up a stadium. It's about making money. But yeah, out of all the Beyblades I own, which one is the rarest? Oh man, it's tough to say. I do have some pretty rare bays, and honored to say that. Um, I'd probably say the Blue Inferno Hell Kerbex. I got that and just honored to even have it. And yeah, I actually featured it like in battles in the skits. A normal person would be like, Kimbo, you battle with the Blue Inferno Hell Kerbex. How could you do that? Why would you do that? What? Where? Huh? It's really rare. Well, Beyblade's meant to be battled, and I wanted to showcase it because it deserves that love and respect because it's a freaking legend. So yeah, featured it in the Zero G skits. But yeah. Let's see. I really want Hasbro to make a season 7 after the season 6 happens, but not likely going to happen. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Sadly, trust me. I'm not happy that it's not happening because all the potential. Like I've even said, everybody knows I made so many like speculation videos about, oh, we're going to see this in season 7, this, but then it got confirmed that it didn't happen and it wasn't going to happen, and it was just like, well, crap, you know. But yeah. Anyways, if you guys got any last questions, feel free to ask. Well, let's see here. What happens in the final season is more harsh, and yeah, I mean, to be honest, that probably wouldn't happen. Sadly, that wouldn't happen. It would be crazy to see that if it got that wild, but like even like Metal Fight didn't get that wild, so Burst wouldn't go like that way for sure. But yeah, I saw that one, Jacoby. Let's see here. What happens when Hyperion and Helios merge like it's a synchron? What would happen if they merged like it was a synchron? We'd have like a kind of like eclipse type thing because I mean Helios and Hyperion have similar designs, so kind of that type thing. Do you want to see some of the old base from season 1 come back to be you like Zeus, Batromoth, and Neptune? Honestly, Zeus I'd say would be a top contender for sure. Like Batromoth and Neptune, they're both really sick bays, but just being limited spots, can't see them happening. That's why I think TT had to poll was to see like which ones people would really want to see. But yeah, I'd say definitely Neptune would be the top contender. I'd say for coming back because Zach was one of the 4 spin emperors, and we never saw him after season 1, which makes me sad. But every other spin emperor made it to the very very end. Man, Shu, Free, well no, Shu, Louis, and Jacques. Well, Jacques made it to season 3 at least. Because that's the last time we saw him. Um, yeah, but even getting like a remake for Excalibur, getting it at the very end. The only one we didn't see out of the 4 spin emperors that's got that is Zeus. So, and just the overall gimmick. Imagine like Zeus having like freaking like 18 metal balls in it or something because they decided to go bonkers with it. Like imagine that metal ball gimmick except for like DB or BU format. That would help it out with its stamina big time, man. Um, yeah, have a disc that's kind of like a GB 145, has the balls in it and such, and it helps it spin around longer. That would be sick, man. Um, Imagine a Hello Kitty Beyblade manga spin-off series similar to Bakugan Shoot. I don't know, like if they'd actually do that, but I mean, it'll be interesting. The final season comes out. What do you want the final scene to be like? I mean, I kind of said that earlier, Tom, but just to build up with like the evil and then like all the legends except for Vault with their base broken and then Vault stepping up and we see the true bond with like Valkyrie and then that final battle. If it came down to it, either that or all the protagonists battling together, like if they were gonna go with that approach, like all the protagonists fighting together with the power of everybody on the planet. And then it shows like they're all strong, and then we see like maybe some final battles with each of the protagonists after, and we find out who's the true strongest. Either that or just leave it off at that. But yeah, um, let's see here. I come back after I made corn dogs, dude. Corn dogs are amazing. Like yeah, like nice choice. And oh, kitty, she's trying to mess with my trap power. Ow! Goodness gracious! You got your claws out, miss. Go on, I love you, but you're being a wild child. She is that way sometimes. She's just a wild little kitty. But yeah, let's see. What do I think that the fourth generation of Beyblade is gonna be? I'm not too sure. I don't know if they go more with like the metal approach or what. Imagine they're just like, yeah, we're gonna do full metal burst and mist, or some crap. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would be cool if like they just did like a full kind of end game type thing. They figure out one system that incorporates all the previous ones in some way. That would be kind of cool. They did that. Like it's kind of like burst, except it's not burst. You know, or like heavy metal burst or something. But all the bays are just that big time away. I'm not sure. I'm not honestly just because the whole gimmick for Burst itself was just revolutionary, man. Because you had plastic, then you had the metal gen, then you had the base with Burst. After every gen, they add more metal. So no matter what, I see it as like a gen with like they're gonna be heavier by the end. Imagine they just do full electronic base, like they all have like electronic kind of tips with them, and what they do depends on each bay. But yeah. Um, do you think for season 7 will be all the bad guys from all the seasons of Beyblade Burst versus all the good guys from all the seasons of Beyblade Burst? I mean, like the powerful legends, if it were to have happened, if they would have done it, yeah, like a build up of like the remaining evils that truly didn't turn good, and all the good days or the good characters and such that turn good, and those characters that did turn good as well, like Phi, like Gwen, like Delta, like Lane, just so many, man. But yeah, my thoughts: if Ashton and Arthur merged and plan on destroying the world, if they put their powers together, that'll be insane. But yeah, oh kitty, I've given you love, and she's so spoiled. I'll show her off again. She wants to say hi to y'all. You're not even gonna look at him. Oh, there you go. You see? We're all saying hi. She's a sweet little kitty. But that burst. What's going on, man? Um, the final scene, the final episode. I mean, crazy animation and everything, and I mean, it'll just be like the cliche thing, like a crap ton of power on both sides, and then you see like crazy light versus darkness, and then maybe like the final battle point where you see like the struggle of power. You see all the darkness, and then you see all the light, and then the light breaks through. The bay gets pushed back, and then it bursts. And then the evil goes down, something like that. But it'll be a really intense fight. Which would I prefer? Stuffed crust pizza or just plain corn dogs? Stuffed crust supreme pizza minus the mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms, but everything else on the supreme is fine. But yeah, I replaced like the mushrooms with like banana peppers or something. Let's see here. Beyblade has a new generation. What would I want the system to be like? Yeah, I answered that before. The most extreme battle in all of Beyblade. The battle between Rock Leo and Lightning El Drago during the semifinals of Battle Bladers. That was an intense one. Um, I'd say, well, the battle either. That's tough. I'd say either Rago versus Ryuga, or Rago versus Jenga. because Jingo was barely standing after that. Like that battle was intense, man. Like you felt the tension with both those battles, and then the fact that Ryuga went down and lost as badly as he did, we never saw Ryuga lose like that. The only blader that made him lose like that was Raga. But he also had the power of all the other legends and just an ungodly amount of power, to show how strong he was. But yeah, that and also like Kira versus Zero, that was an intense battle too. But yeah, let's see. You have your first practice job. Wish me luck. 6 hours, and I have for 2 weeks. Nice, John. Congratulations. The gimmick for Beyblade should be where every Beyblade layer should split into two bays in the middle of battle. I don't know how they'd be able to do that though. Or like, oh, okay. So like you have a top bay and a bottom bay, like how Striker Drone is. Yeah, maybe something like that. That would be pretty cool if that was the gimmick. Did my kitty talk? Yeah, a little bit. I think she was trying to say bye. She was either saying hi or love me, and I do love her because I pet her all the time, and she knows she's spoiled. She knows she's spoiled with the freaking love for sure. Spoil my kitty. She can be a brat sometimes, though. Let you know. Yeah, she's adorable. Um, let's see. I did answer that before. Good characters are using darkness and demonic powers for good, and heroic traits maybe in the final episode instead of maybe light and dark emerge. Like it could be like a blader who went through light and darkness takes it completely, which I mean a lot of them have, but it's just about overshadowing like the darkness with the light. But some people getting so I guess fascinated and entranced with the darkness that they just want to go with the darkness. But yeah, some can use like the darkness to get strength. That's the main way of doing it. Like use the darkness to strengthen the light, but then at the end the light gets stronger. With that. Do you think that Zero G could have continued if it was received better? Oh, for sure, man. The potential with like the second world tournament, I would have loved to see a build up like that. And oh my goodness, kitty, she's a little goofer. I'm a little goofer. Yeah. But yeah, let's see. She's just mischievous. She gets into everything. All right, kitty. Cat is so adorable. I just want to hug it. Oh yeah, Arya's a sweetheart. She's a sweetie. Um, what do I think about Rise or GT? Your favorite season? In general, Rise was a great season for sure. Like GT, just the build up with it and everything. I love the balance of like the dark and the light because it got dark with like Apocalypse and everything, like Apocalypse, Genesis, and even how Diabolus' power was getting. But then he had a lot of funny moments with the series overall too, and they had a big time balance with it. Um, yeah, that's what I'd say for like GT, and also just like Iga being the champion, like just the vibes of it, man. It was like more of a change in the direction of how Beyblade was going a little bit, but still was really really awesome, and I just love how they built everything up to season 5, like with all the legends coming in and such. Like people could say what they want to about Lane's plot armor, but just seeing all those bladers battling in that season, that's why I love it, man. Because the battles were intense, and they got me fired up. Um, and even just seeing certain characters return, man, it was wild. What happens when darkness strengthens the light? I mean, let's see. But what happens when Astra makes a Beyblade of light but used for evil? Well, it's still an evil Beyblade. It might be using light, but it's still like darkness with it because the message behind it. It's like how Rashad's Bay was, the High King, like saying he was the High King, except he was sitting there destroying bays, you know? Like obviously bays being pushed beyond the limits, but he still was sitting there breaking bays and didn't get the true message of it, you know. And I think that's what held back his potential. And that's why he lost like Vaughn, he lost to Bell. Now, if he embraced that light and he came back with a true light, maybe he would have been stronger. But yeah, let's see here. If they would do a BU Apollo and Artemis, I could see it getting Giga and Unite Dash with a 2 armor. That would be a good choice for sure. What I say is the worst Beyblade Burst part. I mean, like I pick Metal Excel, Metal Fusion, Metal Survive, Metal Defense, and Quest. All those metal drivers, I wouldn't say they're the worst part because at least Metal Excel can still stall. Metal Fusion, like I guess like kind of same thing. Metal Survive, same thing with its stamina, it could be okay. Metal Defense, I'd say the same thing. Quest, yeah, I agree with that because Quest not having any good stamina or LAD or anything, having the major defense with it. But I'd say like Quest, just Edge because Edge is way too sharp to have any sort of stamina or anything. Liner also as well. Like the gimmick for it that like shoots out and then comes back in because it's a wheel. It's cool, but just doesn't have any crazy stamina or anything. But I'd say those four probably would be my list. You know, but everybody has their opinions with it and such. But yeah, light will always win against darkness. Yeah, man, for sure. Favorite season? I said that before. Um, I got a bunch. Like I like them all for different reasons. Some a bit more than others, but yeah, like I put them all up there, but some just had those moments that broke the ceiling. You know, darkness is supposed to support the light. I mean, I want to see darkness used for heroic traits because darkness isn't always bad, and it's what I want to see. They did it with Belial, like the Dark Prince. That's what they did with season 6. People are overlooking it just because like the buildup wasn't with Vault and everything. Like literally Belial having like a trait like it's the Demon King, Demonic Bay, but used for good. The King of Light, but used for darkness. Like they showed that with this last season, and that's one thing I did enjoy about this season too is that flip because it's really cool. Imagine a new Beyblade Lego series for a new gen, like a crossover Beyblade and Legos. That'd be kind of cool. What do I think the disc would be for BU Helios and Hyperion if TT does make them? I don't know. Honestly, for Helios, I can imagine them using over. If they use like the same parts, I could see them using over. Hyperion, that's tough. We probably get a new disc with it, but yeah, we'll probably get a new disc for both of them. But if it was the same discs, I could see Helios getting over and Hyperion maybe getting Giga if they use the same discs, because that way they'd have like big time heavyweight with them. Those are two of the heaviest DB discs. But yeah, what do I think about the Dragon Excalibur? Tell me what I think. Oh, the new Excalibur. I'm hyped for it. I can't wait to see the full out attack for it, and I definitely see the disc having a gimmick where it's off balance. Where the weight shifted more on one side, so it has crazy attack with it, because that's how Excalibur is. And then it loses 2 clicks, the blades line up for it, and that's where it gets the ultimate attack, is when it loses like 2 clicks or such. But yeah. Imagine the avatars and burst coming to life, similar to the plastic and metal generation. You Oh, you mean like where they just like kind of come out of the bay and such? Yeah, I mean it was an awesome like welcome, just seeing like the different like just seeing the full out interaction of the sprites with their character. How they did it when their special move came out or like before the battle and such. That way you're focusing more on it, so it's more like a realistic kind of feel with that. And they never really got rid of that either. I don't know why people are like, oh, got rid of the realistic aspect. They never had it where like the base popped out completely and then you just see them fighting and such. They had some cutscenes with that, but a good balance with it. But they showed the base just clashing a lot. Um, let's see. I've seen a lot of good characters protect the world with darkness and programs and such. Oh yeah. Favorite YouTuber that's not me. I mean, there's so many, man. I know it's the classic thing of like, oh, Kimbo can't decide, but yeah, I really can't because there's just so many awesome like YouTubers and creators out there with different fields and such, and there's a lot of different genres I watch too as well. I watch YouTube a lot more than I watch TV because yeah, the only thing I really watch on actual TV, I watch like Viceland, and I watch USA and Fox, and that's mainly for WWE. I watch TNT too and TBS for AEW. So I watch. Besides that, I mainly would just watch stuff on YouTube. But yeah. Anyways, light can't always win against darkness because darkness can always win against light. They're both good or both bad based on the characters used. Oh yeah, I mean, but just the ultimate thing is having that balance of it. It's about that balance of light and darkness. Because where there's always light, there's darkness, and vice versa. That's just how it goes. That's my view on. Everybody can have their different views on it, but yeah. Let's see. Favorite Beyblade YouTuber besides Beyblade YouTubers, mine is Stokes Twins. Uh, like I said, I can't pick a favorite because everybody adds so much to the community. I can't even say who's a favorite for sure. Like there's so many legends, man. Like I've named all the people that I've watched before. Um, yeah, like there's just so many, and don't want it to be like, oh hey, like favoriting like someone over another. Um, there's a lot of different like I said, everybody adds something different to the community, whether it's Beyblade or Bakugan or even other communities and such. You know, come on, you guys even just tune in and enjoy hearing me speak for literally almost 2 hours, for real. Like definitely honored, man, and that you guys are sticking around. Like all 10 people that are in here, even after 10 hours, but not 10 hours, jeepers. After 2 hours, I was looking at the 10 for the views, but yeah. A BU on Materios. That would be pretty cool. If they did that, I'd really want to see like all of them. Like Amaterios, Baldor, yeah. Amaterios, Baldor, Orichalcum, Perseus, and Solomon. If they made like a Greek god set with all those bays converted into like BU format, make it like an ultimate set, dude, that would be dope. That would be sick. But yeah, let's see. What do you think? The next Beyblade series should be based off of astrology and space and the planets' names in Greek mythology and the dinosaurs. Maybe. Um, yeah. I mean, it usually goes off of like astrology or astronomy, and then like well, I mean, MFB was big time off of like the astrology for sure, and then more of like mythology for sure with Burst. Then even like what would the first gen be more of? Maybe like astrology as well, but yeah, or like mythology as well. I mean, like dinosaurs, but yeah. Let's see. You and the Beyblade. Let's see here. He's my favorite YouTuber. I know because I'm watching you. I appreciate it for sure, man. Let's see here. Viewer count's going up. Dude, I'm just honored you guys are enjoying just sitting here and talking with me for real. That I'm even sitting here talking for like 2 hours. Um, let's see. I've also seen demons that are good in anime and angels that are evil in anime. Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, Tom, the last season they showed it off right there. Um, 10 hours staying until the morning. Oh God, I wouldn't be on for that long. I'd be dead. I'd be like, I would just fell asleep in the middle of it. I can't even stay in freaking Discord without falling asleep late at night because I get back after work and it's like 3 in the morning. Some nights I can stay up, but like other times I'm just like I'm exhausted, man. Because it's a lot like filming for hours and then going to work and then trying to come back and film some more or game or whatever and not be exhausted. And I'm literally just like Jenga with that, like or Hyuga, honestly, like Jenga or Hyuga, because they'll just fall asleep anywhere, man. If they're exhausted, they'll just be like, or like Drum does the same thing, honestly. Like, yeah, it's the same thing. Like even Ask Night, there's plenty of nights where I've just been exhausted and just passed out in the middle of the chat. But yeah, let's see. Do you think Variable Dash was a good decision to make with Ultimate Valkyrie? I think it would have been better if they just stuck with like High Evolution Dash for it instead of Variable Dash. I think that was the one thing with it because Evolution is taller in general. They would have had an excuse to make another Evolution, like High Evolution. I think people would have liked seeing High Evolution Dash more than Variable Dash. Um, at least Evolution, when it's worn down, you can still control it somewhat, and it's still got that height with it. Because Variable makes it scrape out big time. It makes Ultimate scrape out big time when it's worn down. Um, you know, but having Evolution being taller and then like the height with it while having the dash would have been perfect. I would have put honestly with Valkyrie, like Ultimate Valkyrie, Ultimate Reboot Dash Recolor, or High Ultimate Reboot Dash. Would have been perfect for it. Ultimate, come on, a Reboot was honestly the best driver that they had for Valkyrie, in my honest opinion. Because like that startup, that second startup, especially with the heavy weight of Ultimate, like you can't tell me that wouldn't have been sick. Kicks it into gear with the Ultimate Reboot, goes around, boom, perfect and the perfect shape for like crazy Ultimate attack, where it can get a last second KO with that startup. But yeah, I enjoy it, man. I'm glad you enjoy it, Dead Burst. I really appreciate it. Sitting here chilling, yeah. All the bays for the plastic metal gen. Which ones would I pick for Burst? We'll take the avatar and make a new bay out of it, like a recolor, or you mean like a remake for it? Oh, out of the metal. Okay. For plastic gen bays, I don't know. After V2, like after they go through the V2 bays, I stop with plastic gen just because like timing, you know. Because I mean, even getting to that point, I mean, after that, it would be like what the G bays if they were to have gone on. But for metal fight bays, there's a lot that I would have made. Flame Libra. All they had to do was just interchange it, like make it where flame's interchangeable. Yeah, but Flame Libra, I would put gyro on it. Gyro dash or metal gyro, either or. Probably gyro dash I'd put on it. Um, yeah, Flame Libra wheel or either wheel gyro or zero gyro. We're talking now probably like wheel. Yeah, wheel gyro. Um, then I'd get into like I don't know if there's any other bays. I mean, if you think about it, Storm Aquario, they could have done Trans Dash for that. Um, for Bull, they could have done Survive. Like Dark Bull, they could have done Survive. For Dark Wolf, they could have done Fusion Dash. Yeah. And then like Survive Dash for Bull. They could have done so many other remakes, even with just like the first season. And the second season, you think about like, I do Twisted Tempo, Yielding Dash. Might as well make a dash for, Yielding Dash, so it has that crazy defense with it. Um, yeah, that's probably one of the main ones. I don't know, Evil Befall having Never, because that's basically EWD. Um, Flame Bix is high yielding. um, let's see. Obviously, for the 4D bays, I just want to see a 4D set. Like Big Bang Pegasus Ultimate Reboot Dash. Eldrago Destroy Generate Dash. Fang Leon Wave Dash or High Wave Dash, whichever. I don't know if they want a new driver for it. Phantom Orion Bearing Dash, honestly. Just recolor Bearing Dash. Or Metal Bearing, whichever they want to do for it. And give it some pretty good clicks with it. Flash Sagittario High Yielding. Diablo Nemesis Trick Dash. It's probably the best thing to do for Nemesis because it switched all the different modes. Besides that, Blitz Unicorn or Blitz Striker, either uh, Hunter Dash or Keep Dash because Keep acts like RSF when it's worn down a bit. Um, yeah, Varieris Zeta Dash. That's another one. I mean, even at this point, they could probably do they could have done like Scythe Chronos. Scythe Chronos, the thing that's the most like EDS is probably what either like Never or Rise. Probably, yeah. Like I'd say probably Never would be the best thing for it because it's free spinning in the middle. But yeah, Scythe Chronos would Never. Jade Jupiter with Bite. I'm still going here, man. Like it shows the potential they had to make more remakes. And it's wild. Mercury and Anubis with Assault. If they wanted to do that, like for real, the potential's there, man. I'm still shook they didn't make as many, remakes. It didn't go off it as much. Yo, my boy R, what's good? Let's see here. Tom, I already answered that one. Um, let's see here. Why don't and people don't really like to use power or keep that much in combos? I think those drivers don't get really a lot of love. Power's okay. Um, with like the right combo, power can be used for some attack combos for sure. Keep definitely like has some raw defense, but just it doesn't have the crazies like stamina or LAD or anything with it. So the main thing is using that for like a crazy defense combo. Um, let's see here. Do you think it would be funny if Jenga saw let's see, someone else use Pegasus in Beyblade versus Rise or GT? Oh, Jenga saw like Bot Hope or Fang Hope use Pegasus. um, That'll be interesting. Like it'll be like a Spider-Man multiverse type thing. So they point at each other. Yeah, let's see here. It'll be cool if they did a multiverse thing with Plastic Gen, Metal Gen, and Burst Gen. Oh, for sure. If they did that for like the next generation, that'll be sick. What do I think is the weakest Beyblade ever? Uriel 2 due to gold plastic syndrome. Yeah, probably the gold plastic bays. Yeah, I got a couple of them. Like Dracil and Dronzer, and I'm like, I'm never gonna battle them because they probably break because gold plastic. But yeah, like the worst. I don't know, man. I mean, if you're going off just stock wise, how strong it is, probably Storm Capricorn. Yeah, like Storm Capricorn. Um, let's see here. I think it would be funny if Jinga. Oh yeah, I saw that one already. Um, Perfect Phoenix, Prominence Phoenix, Wheel or Zero Power. I mean, it'll have to be stuck in the high mode, but trying to use it as an attack staller, kind of like an anti-attacker, seems interesting. Um, let's see here. I tried that combo out in my old videos and it was really good, only on Perfect Phoenix. Oh, Perfect Phoenix. I'm thinking Prominence. Well, yeah. I mean, using it for like some attack, like a push attack or something. I wanted to say, let's see. I just wanted to say I'm really thankful that I found your YouTube page. I was suffering a bit from like a little blah, 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 blah. If I could talk and I just cracked my neck. I don't know how I did that. I was suffering a little bit of depression, but I found your channel and watched so much of your bakugan videos. Thank you. Oh, Tandon, thank you for tuning in. That's what it's all about, man. Spreading the love and the positivity and the good vibes and such, because life gets tough. Hell, there's times when I come home and I'm just exhausted. I don't show it that much. And I know it's like, oh, Kimbo always has hype energy or something. Like, I try to, but there's days where I come home and I'm just like, dang, man. Like, does the hard work pay off and such? And I mean, it does, considering you guys even got us to this point, man. That there's a play button back there that we're at this point now, not just me, all of us that we're at this point, man. Totally honored and just thankful. And there's plenty of days where like you have a bad day at work, or where you're dealing with a lot of rude customers, or it just gets really, really stressful. Man, it's just like damn, and you're just sitting there like think about life. Like I go on break at my work sometimes, and I just sit up and look at the sky and just meditate, and because it just gets tough. Life gets really, really hard. And there's points where you just want to break down. And I got big time depression and anxiety myself. So I totally get it. And I'm honored that you just tune in and watch the videos and it helps out big time. It means a ton. And that's why I crank as much as I do. Like I turn that negative, the negative feelings, negative vibes into positivity and such. It even shows in my beige. Like Hydra being the hybrid of like the dark and the light, and then like Kolshidra sucking up the negative energy and eating it up. Then Leonis having unlimited like positive energy and bringing that in, just having the full cycle of it. It's like the same way, like even just expressing myself and what I do on here and such. It's all about spreading the good vibes and the positivity and such, because Lord knows the world needs it for sure, man. Um, yeah, and just honored that you guys even tune in and enjoy the content that I put out and such. That you take time out of your day to come and watch me out of so many other amazing channels, and not just the Beyblade and Bakugan, areas of things, but just in general. You guys come by and even give me a moment of your time, for real. Like just so grateful and thankful to all of you, no doubt. Um, yeah, and I'm just glad that I can help you with that for sure. Like, just thank you so much for tuning in and enjoying the content. My theory, let's see, Bull for Metal Fight might be the Evo for the dual layer Metaboros. You'll have to see. You'll have to see how things go. What happens when Fi eyes turn black this time, trying to beat Arthur Ashton? Teach them a lesson. Wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah, probably. That's like I said, I can see him being more of an anti-hero and maybe use that darkness for light in that case to get payback on them because they're true evils. Would I try ramen with mayo? I asked this because Max did it at the beginning of the third season. I don't know. I've never tried ramen with mayo. Like I've had like boiled eggs and such. Even when I was eating, like I got like dollar ramen, like the top ramen. I just add like some hot sauce and some other seasonings and stuff to it, some sesame oil and stuff. But I just put like a boiled egg in there. Like I'll cut up a boiled egg and eat it like that with chopsticks and stuff. And I think it's pretty good. But I mean, it wouldn't be like a crazy idea. I've never done it, but it could be good maybe. Like mayo, but then we put like some sriracha in there too or something. Spicy ramen that way. You know, People have different tastes. Um, Favorite Beyblade in the Burst series. It's definitely too tough to say that. I've got so many favorites. Um, let's see. What do you think of Prominence Phoenix got the armor removed by Hasbro? Not sure if you answered that. I did. I did. With the new set, it pisses me off honestly a bit because they didn't even keep the gimmick with Phoenix with the armor coming off. It's one thing to take the weight away from the base, but then like you can't like take away a full gimmick or such like that. Like Phoenix, like it's such an easy gimmick for them to do, and it would have helped it out if it did like separate or anything because having that gimmick overall, but just making it one piece, mm, you know, I'm giving them props for the stadium because the stadium looks really awesome. The design of it looks sick, and yeah, they did a really good job with the stadium, and even the recolors, like the colors for Devastate, even with the parts being switched up, still kind of but them not giving the armor prominence drives me bonkers, man. For real. Like, come on. That's the biggest gimmick for it. They did Phoenix dirty. Got Speedstorm Hyperion with a metal driver, but it'll be cool. Um, so they can make a dash driver in TT. Oh, like a metal driver, but with the dash, like the heavy weight and such. Oh yeah. Like that was one of the cool things they did during Surge. It was the performance tips or like drivers having metal with them. That was pretty sick. But they can't have the metal like the armor layers or anything with this season. I don't know, man. But yeah, I love your videos. I appreciate it big time, Jacoby. Um, let's see, what Beyblade do you think has the most accurate design from Quad Drive? The most accurate one, I'd have to go probably. You see how all the Quad Drive bays are? I don't even know. Like design wise, Magma Ifrit or Ifritor, because it looks just like how it does in the show, despite it having not that much weight or anything. It looks just like how it does in the show. Um, Even not having the weight or anything, because like TT never made it, but it has all the parts and such they showed off in the show, just with them not being metal. So I'd say it is the most accurate, and it kills me because it's the Bay that's definitely the easiest to beat, at least for a lot of people. My Ifritor actually has a decent mold with it, so it hasn't bursted that much. Like it can burst, but it's actually decently defensive. I don't know why, but yeah, I guess I got a good mold for it. But yeah, but some of the molds I guess being really, really bad, like extra bad. But um, yeah, you're my favorite YouTuber. You make my day. I'm honored, man. I appreciate it for sure. Like, thank you. We love you, Kimbo. I'm yeah, I'm getting like flabbergasted. Like I appreciate you guys so much for sure. If you only have one subscriber left, it's probably me or anyone else. I don't know why. Why is that? Why I appreciate just the support in general, man. Like even being at this point, like I still make content like there's only one person watching for real. Like that's just how it goes. I'm just honored that people actually tune in and enjoy it, man. I just make content the same way, like no crazy editing or anything with it. I know it's like, oh, other channels do all this editing and stuff, and I even touched on this a little bit with like a podcast I did recently. This is a little bit of a spoiler, but I did a Baku Talk podcast. If you know, you know. But I did do one, and it'll probably be a couple weeks before it's out. But he even like asked me a question. This is a little preview for it. That's all I'll say about it. But asking me about like your style is a lot more like homemade compared to like other people's when it comes to like the big time editing and such. And I'm like, yeah, one being like the sake of time, but also like as much as I put out too, like imagining just sitting on one big time video and editing. Like ask anybody who edits their videos big time, sitting on one, editing in all the clips and stuff takes a long time. So anybody that whether it's like in the Beyblade, Bakugan, whatever communities and such, you see major editing on their videos, give them big time props because it took a lot of time to sit there and do that, man. But the result it shows. But just my style being more homemade and it shows like anyone can do it. It's just about having the passion and just enjoying what you do and such. That's what it's all about. And that's what it means with my channel, just spreading the love and the positivity and the good vibes and everything. And just letting out my creativity. That's why you see like things every single day because I think of something and I'm just like, yep, we're going with it. We're going with it. We're going with it. And it's led to almost 8,000 videos on here, man. Yeah, and we're not slowing down anytime soon. like content coming on the regular. There might be days where I like take a break day where you won't see anything. You might see one video or something, but yeah, because I'm human. Sometimes I just need to take a break and relax. And I do more than you guys realize. I just fit into windows with stuff. So yeah, but let's see here. My friend from school passed. You made like your videos made me happy again. I appreciate it, man. That's what it's all about. Spreading the love and the positivity, and just my condolences for sure, man. Um, let's see, Drago Galaxy's close to a mil. My thoughts. I think it's freaking awesome, man. Like support other Baytubers, support Beyblade in general. It's like I always say about Bakugan. Support Bakutubers, support Bakugan. The words of Haru Ren. It's really awesome that he's getting to that point because it's like that's a lot of people, man. That many people are into Beyblade. That's really, really sick, dude. And just proud of him. Like getting to that milestone is huge. The second one to ever do that. Like that's awesome, man. Like for real. Let's see. Excited to hunt for Prisma Dragon when it comes out a little bit, but I also know it's gonna be a chase, and people are gonna probably like scalp the crap out of the price for sure. Like I definitely try to pick it up because it looks so cool. See the picture? It looks sick, man. It looks really awesome. Um, Hasbro pissing off fans and ignoring them. Let's see a lot of Beyblade's going to their relationship with Hasbro. Dude, I'm honored they like just being on the real. I'm honored they even like acknowledged me at one point for real. You know. Um, yeah, for real, they even know that I exist. Let's see here. The next Beyblade series had named the bays after songwriters and bands like Purple Rain and Crazy Train. That would be crazy. Deserve. Let's see. You deserve a like Zanky. You should have the amount of subs you have, and you should have the amount of subs Zanky has. I mean, Zanky's a legend. He's been around for a very, very long time, man. And keeping up like consistently that long is not easy at all. And the work goes in. It shows even with the editing and everything and putting out stuff on the regular. Like it takes time for that, for sure. But yeah, I'm honored to even be where I'm at, man. Like being at this point right here is freaking amazing. Yeah, and Tom mentioned like Drago getting like a mill. Like I don't imagine that ever happening. If that ever did, like I'd absolutely lose my freaking mind. But that's never gonna happen. It's fine, and I'm even honored that that even happened right there, man. That we're even at this point right now, for real. Like it's a blessing, and it's crazy, and I'm thankful for all you for all your support and such. But yeah, just gonna keep doing things the way that it's been, and just gonna go with the flow. Just go with it. Um, let's see here. You're the best. I appreciate it, man, for sure. Do you think he takes it too? Nah, man. I mean, some people just really enjoy like what they do, Beyblade and Bakugan. I mean, heck, I got tats of Beyblade and Bakugan on me. Got the double X for MGK. I got Zelda tattoos and such. Like literally got it ingrained in my body. That's how much I enjoy it and love doing this, man. Like for real, y'all changed my life big time. My favorite song. It's tough to say. I got a bunch of different songs that I really enjoy. Um, yeah, I'll just leave it at that because I'd be sitting here naming off songs for like ever. I miss Quake and Bacon, dude. Yeah, Quake's a freaking legend, man. But hey, you never know. He might be lurking in the shadows and might return. But he's a freaking legend, man. Like Quake is awesome and super underrated, man. Super duper. There's so many people that are super underrated. Let's see here. I remember the time I called the B word on Nemesis. Oh yeah, I called it a bastard because it broke Pegasus. I still can't believe it shattered it like that. Like that was one of the craziest breaks I ever had. Like it just freaking poof, and literally sent it like it looked like it got destroyed. Like even with the battle, you see it like go boom 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 broken across the screen too. It was crazy. That was insane. That was absolutely insane. Yeah, that was one of the old school moments a lot of people remember, like the whole Nemesis. Like my first Diablo Nemesis was definitely cursed. Like I broke Poison Pegasus with it, Flash Sagittario broke, Pegasus Bahamdia broke, El Drago Destroy it broke, and that's why that one's the one I used for like well the first skit. That's the one I used. But yeah, it's just it's wild, man. It's wild. Even thinking back to those battles, dude. That Nemesis, like, I swear it was like cursed or something. Um, Let's see here. What would my reaction be if you came up and said hi? I'd probably say hi back. I'd just be like, "Hey, what's up, Jacoby?" Um, let's see. For some reason, do I know? Not really. I don't keep up with like all that stuff. I'm not about the drama or anything. Um, my favorite holiday. I don't know. My family doesn't really celebrate holidays or anything, but I mean, just the vibes of Christmas because everybody being home with their families and such and safe and secluded and stuff, and opening their new gifts and everything. Like it's really awesome to see in that, and I just try to contribute by giving my gift of just like putting out videos, a bunch of videos on Christmas. That way, you guys have a bunch of content to watch and such. But yeah, let's see here. I also remember you called Nemesis a son of a bitch. Yeah, yes, man. Um, my reaction when Apocalypse burst and broke Dragon and Diabolos, dude, I was just like, damn. Like when it burst the Diabolos, I was like, damn, he actually beat Diabolos like that. And then like when Dragon broke, I was like, oh shoot. Like I was sad because Drum was heartbroken. That was a wild moment for sure, man. But the way he came in, I'm like, this could be our evil dude. And then sure enough, he was. Well, until Gwen. Do I think that I'll pick up the new Dragon? Oh yeah, for sure. My favorite episode of the Burst series. It's too hard to say. Too hard to say. There's a lot of awesome episodes. No, I know it's a cliche, but this one of those things. Like I appreciate like all of it, man. So I can't even pick out like a favorite or just one. But yeah, let's see. I was sad because Ragnarok broke and when Hades broke. Oh yeah, those breaks were freaking crazy. Like that dude, Wayne was so sadistic with that break on Ranjiro's Ragnarok. That was wild, man. That was probably the most devastating break he did. Well, the Hisashi brothers was because he was legit like just shatter them. Boom! They just split into so many pieces. Like, holy damn. It's crazy, dude. Absolutely insane. But yeah, I'm going to probably end this off soon, so I'll answer the last couple questions. I love your positivity. It keeps me going through hard days. I haven't met someone as positive as you. Keep it up. I appreciate it, Tandon. It's just, that's all you can do is just be positive. No matter what tough things you go through, just try to be positive. Grit your teeth, stand back up. Just like how it is with Beyblade and bakugan. Like, grit your teeth, stand back up, take the L's, take them on the chin, and then just keep going because that's all you can really do. Um, yeah, but just spread the good vibes and positivity and everything. But yeah, so let's see here. I thought Spriggan was gonna break from Lucifer. Nah, I didn't think like. Well, Lucifer, the end, I got nervous that like it was gonna break Spriggan. But like Variant wasn't expecting that. But with Lucifer, the end coming back, I got really nervous. But then it was just a burst, and I'm like, maybe it's not too evil if he's not breaking Bays now. But yeah, what happens when Delta meets Shu in battle? My thoughts: it would be an intense battle for sure. I think Shu would win. Shu would beat Delta. Delta would put up a good fight, but I just feel like Shu would win that. Because it's freaking Kurenai Shu. I wish in GT they did a flashback from when Shu had Lord Spriggan. Um, or you mean like Super King? It wouldn't make sense if they did it in like Super King. They showed off like if he had Lord, but yeah, I guess he just had. It just makes sense. He had like Cho Z until he had a world, you know, because he upgraded Spriggan just for the battle with Wayne. So that means he probably had like Cho Z Spriggan at that point. Still, but then saw how strong Lucifer was, and he's like, I'm the one that's gonna have to take him down. And then he made world, and that way Wayne didn't see it before, so Wayne had to like try and figure it out on the spot. But then he beat him, and then Wayne's just like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna make a stronger Lucifer. Lucifer's the end all, But yeah, what are my thoughts when Arthur Apocalypse broke Spriggan and GT? Well, it didn't. Well, they didn't break Spriggan and GT. Like Lord never showed up in GT, but yeah. Now when Phi broke Spriggan and Chozy, I was shook. I actually threw down an F bomb in that reaction. Like I was mad. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I really wanted Shu to win it. That established Phi as like the craziest like antagonist for me for sure. Because I wanted him to win so bad and end it. But yeah, if he did, I mean, if it was honestly, if Shu had Lord and he was in that season, he would have probably beat Arthur. He would have beat Apocalypse. He would have probably beat Genesis too, because like, come on, this Shu, he ain't playing. He ain't playing. If I ever checked out the Lego Beyblade community, I have, man, and it's just so crazy how innovative you could be, just like even out the certain colors of the Legos and how accurate they are to the actual like bays. It's really cool seeing like the Lego versions of the bays. Like it is really awesome. Like it's just so creative and stuff using the Legos in order to do it. Let's see here. Now Fi is an anti-hero. Yeah, I'd say now he's an anti-hero or a good. He's either a good character or an anti-hero. And sadly, we'll never know because they just ended off the show. But yeah. Anyways, I'll answer a couple more questions. I'm probably gonna end this off. But yeah. Isn't it weird that Gwen was a boy, but Gwen looks like a girl, but also sounds like a girl? I'm confused, to be honest. Yeah, Gwen's a boy. Honestly, it would make sense if Gwen was a girl, because he sound more like a girl and just like the whole demeanor and everything. And if we had a female antagonist, I would have been so happy with that. It would have made GT that much more special because we had a female antagonist for the evil, but then they said Gwen's a boy, and it's just like you just wasted an opportunity. But whatever, you know. But at least we got Ilya as a female character with her own exclusive bay. But just that Hasbro and TT did her dirty, which still makes me mad, which is why I made the modded version. But at least the modded version puts up a good fight. Not the strongest bay, but it puts up a good fight on the level of DB bays. I think the scar on Shu's face in the anime represents Spriggan getting broken since we don't see we don't let's see the scar in the anime. No, we see the scar in the anime. It just highlights when he's using his full power. And the scar is from when Louis made Spriggan come back and hit Shu. Like he actually hit it back and it hit his eye. They showed it in the manga, but they didn't show it in the actual like series because it's like obviously too gory. And they don't want to show like a Beyblade slicing an eye, in the actual show. They kept it a lot more mild. But yeah. Let's see here. My reaction when Zenki met Hideki Sanada. Well, I mean, it's great. They managed to meet one of the creators. I don't think he has, but like, if he did, like, yeah, I mean, that would be pretty cool. Beyblade had some trans, but oh yeah, for sure, inclusion, man, inclusion. Your favorite character? Sorry, let's see. Sorry, I think you're the best. I appreciated that burst. My favorite. I don't have a favorite character, honestly. It's another case of I have a few favorites like Free, Shu, Louis. Honestly, I only did Phi. I love the demeanor of Gwen. Love the demeanor of Delta. They all added so much to the pot. Even Lane's design was really sick, and just how intense he was with his battles. Like, yeah, you might think like, oh, hey, plot armor. You might not like it because of the plot armor and such, but you gotta admit, man's had some serious power, like the flare coming off him, man. And it looks so cool when he let out the full power. But yeah. Welcome back, Nuke. I'm actually about to like end this off, but yeah, let's see here. She had a new Spriggan and chose the after Turbo Spriggan broke. It's like how Valkyrie got 2 Evos. Yeah, but I mean, at least he came back and he like repaired it, for a battle. So that was cool. My favorite Bakugan in Evolution so far. If we're talking new Bakugan, I gotta go with Blitz Fox. The design of that thing's really awesome. I also love the Arliss Teacher's Bakugan. Don't know the name of it yet, but that thing looks sick. It's like a freaking bat skeleton. It looks so cool. Let's see, didn't say Vault. This dude's my favorite. I mean, Vault's an epic character too. I will say that. Vault, Iga, all the protagonists are really awesome. I just really enjoyed like the overall just demeanor of like Shu, Free, Louis, Phi, like what they all added and such. But obviously the protagonists all being up there too, honestly. Like I love the humor of Drum, the intensity of Iga, Vault, the hybrid of the two. He always had the humor, but also like was a big time threat being out there. Hikaru and Hyuga, just the brother mentality, like Hyuga being the carefree brother, he was just hilarious, and then Hikaru being the more serious one, but still having his funny moments, being more on the kind of demeanor that Iga was. And then like Bell is an interesting case. Like I didn't mind Bell, but just like the whole like entitled Dark Prince at some points, it was like, okay, man, like chill. I get it. You're the Dark Prince and such, but sometimes you gotta mellow out, man. But yeah. Let's see here. I wonder in the next generation of Beyblade they start destroying things again, like the Metal series. I mean, even in this season, in this series, they were destroying things, so I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. Um, think about it. We could have had Lord Spriggan in the anime. They probably felt like they didn't need to put it in because if Shu would have showed up and lost, especially to Arthur or something, they would have been like, fans would have been like, "Oh, this season sucks," blah 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 blah, you know. But yeah, I mean, if he did have Lord, who would have beat Shu? Honestly, with just the full gimmicks and everything of Spriggan, like maybe Gwyn. Delta would have put up a good fight. Arthur would have put up a good fight. Drum would have put up a good fight, but maybe because like protagonist, plot armor, maybe Drum able to beat Shu with the final battle. Do you think that the beef between Payne and Rashad was dumb? I mean, well, basically, like Rashad saying Payne's style was boring, and then he's like, boring? Really? I'll show you a boring battle, like trying to get payback with that. But also, like, basically whooping him and being like, that was boring, like disappointed in it, you know. But yeah, I guess kind of the beef was kind of stupid. And then it made me laugh because Payne laughed at the end when he was laughing with Bell, and then Rashad's the one that got mad. He's like, ah. But yeah, that way Shu created the first GZ pay. Yeah, I got you. Let's see here. Kimbo, you're my favorite Bakugan YouTuber. So you later. Oh, see you later. Yo, Nuke, I appreciate it big time, man. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'm honored. I'm honored for sure. That means a lot, man. When people say like I'm their favorite, like I'm like, there's so many other creators out there, and you choose me as your favorite. I'm honored, man. Like, thank you so much. Um, what was the true protagonist of Beyblade Burst? He's been there every series. Yeah, I mean, they're all protagonists, but like, yeah, Vault's the protagonist that's seen everything. I'll say. Lord Spriggan has decent burst stoppers. Oh yeah, for sure. The only thing that kills me with it is just Dimension because it wears down big time. Like Dimension Dash is cool, but yeah, wish we'd see. I hope for the new Achilles they do Dimension Metal, like Dimension Metal Dash. So like the actual inside part is made out of metal. That'll be awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. See you, bro. Yo, Tandon, thanks so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. Didn't you know it's been 2 years since the release of Super King, just like Vault became 12 in the Cho Z series? Weird, right? Yeah, me too. Me too, kitty. The way, let's see, the anime introduced Pain was kind of creepy. I love the way they introduced him, man. Like it was just a breath of fresh air with like the plot and everything, like a new character. And the way they brought him in, it was sick. They made him like a powerful, menacing kind of blader coming in, and he came in as an anti-hero, then turned into a good character. But yeah, the way the anime introduced Pain was kind of creepy. um, yeah, it was really, really cool. But yeah, anyways, guys, with that, I'm gonna end off this stream. 2.5 hours should be long enough. But yeah, I'm gonna end it off here. Just want to say thanks so much to everybody that came in. Let me see. I gotta get my kitty because she's coming back up here. All right, but yeah, I appreciate you all for sticking around, especially sticking around for 2.5 hours. Really appreciate it, big time. Yeah, just you guys enjoy the stream so much. And like I said, I'm trying to have one every 2 weeks. I know there's a big void with the live streams because the episode reactions are all done because the series is done. But yeah, I'm still gonna try to have I'm still gonna have some live streams and such probably every 2 weeks, for like Q&As and stuff. But yeah, God bless to you and your brother. I appreciate it, Tom, for sure. Thank you for all the cool contact. Don't give up on the videos. Oh, for sure. Got a bunch coming for a long time. You already know. You're the coolest. You inspire me a lot. I'm honored, man. For real. Like, thank you so much for just all the love and the support and even the inspiration that I give you. And I'm honored that I inspire you. But yeah, guys. So, anyways, that's gonna do it for I guess this Q&A live stream. Stay tuned for some videos. Gonna be doing a big battle tomorrow as long as it doesn't rain or anything, and we'll just go from there and see how things go. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's gonna do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content because I upload daily and my kitty's going wild. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell with my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. So yeah, guys, till next time, it's your boy Kimbo along with Baku Kitty Arya or Baku Bay Kitty Arya. Signing off. See you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Until then, stay awesome and cool. Shoot, or let it rip, or Bakugan Brawl. I'm up out of here.